I know you're just staggering about. You're just going to start the live while we're in the middle of discussion.
Hell yeah, keep going.
It's good. It's
It's
good.
gonna
Negative.
take some time for people to get
Negative.
it. Keep going.
Um, well, he was doing that for that way it wouldn't be sitting in there as long, if that makes sense.
So it's
So
like
he did like
for his service for the day.
yes.
Yeah.
So he'd have some start early in the morning that would he expected to be sold within the first 2 hours, and then the other ones would be started a couple hours later to be sold after lunch, like after 12 or 1 o'clock. That way you
He
didn't
was
have it
making
sitting
his
in
job
there
way
for like
harder.
8 hours.
Say again,
What?
Sean.
I said he was making his job way harder than it needed to be.
Yeah. Once he got
He
a
just
warmer,
buying the electric warmer. You're saying, Sean?
yeah,
Yeah.
he said it changed his life.
Yeah.
And then he ultimately upgraded to a 1,000 gallon offset smoker, which made he's like the cooking was a world of difference. It's so efficient and compared to what he was using. It was a horribly inefficient smoker. So
Yeah, and that's what Sean had experienced this week
yeah,
and made some realizations.
Yeah, like I said, it wasn't a bad smoker. It was actually pretty well put together, metal wise, and managing the fire was pretty easy. Getting it up to temp was pretty easy, and honestly, it didn't use very much firewood. The issue was just there was a large temperature swings from one side of the cooking chamber to the other, and it's not a crazy big pit. So to have that big of temperature swings was kind of weird, and we
How did
felt
you?
like we felt like that the gauges were lying to us. They were brand new thermometers, but we really felt like they were lying to us just with how the cook was going. We were like, "There's no way this pit is at 300 degrees right now." Like, I'm putting my hand on it, and like I can keep it there for 10 seconds. I'm like, "There's no way this is at 300 degrees." So it was
well,
just like
think
that.
about the thickness of metal can have a play with that too.
For
Can
sure.
and also was it cold?
It was a nice
Yeah.
sunny day.
Well, no, it
We're
was
talking
sunny,
in
but
Texas,
it
not
was
in
cold.
California.
Oh, it was cold.
It was
Yeah.
yeah,
It
no, yeah,
didn't, it didn't look cold though.
it was cold, bro. And the wind was whipping through. I was sniffling and blowing my nose all damn day.
So
And touching the meat.
there were two gauges on the main chamber. I thought I only seen one on the door.
uh, there was one. There was one on the main. There was one on the vertical part, and then there was two inside of the pit.
Oh,
But the two inside of the pit were already all kind of burned up, so you couldn't see anything on those anyway.
oh, how common is inside the pit thermometers? I haven't seen that before.
Yeah, they can
Hmm.
check the internal temperature.
Oh, okay.
Accurate, a little bit more accurate read.
Yeah.
Hope's Barbecue. Welcome back, fellas. Glad to see you live. We got a catering for 100 people, February 4th. 2 meats and
Nice.
2 sides. That's what's up. I can dig it. I can dig it. What kind of event is the catering for? Be
The
curious
paid
to know.
kind.
What's up, the bacon?
The paid kind.
There you go.
So, welcome everybody to the Kirby's Barbecue live stream. My name is Greg James. I'm your co-host, along with my partner Zumi Barbecue. Let us introduce to some and present to others. Sean of Kirby's Barbecue. This is his live stream tonight. Come on in, get settled, get into the chat, and throw some questions, some comments, and get involved. Sean got to do a cook this week and do some training, and we're just kind of just talking about that a little bit. Yeah.
I did. It's been about a month since I did a cook, so it was good to get back out there. And got to do a cook on a backyard pit with the boys' barbecue reviews. And we did 2 briskets, two slabs of ribs. So it was good to do a brisket class. It was good to get back into the swing of things. I was itching to cook a brisket, so we scratched that itch this weekend. It went well. Went well. And we had some fun with it, man. So the 2 slabs of ribs, I decided I was like, let me just raid their kitchen, and we're gonna make 2 homemade rib glazes. And so I just took all the spices out the cabinet. I said, "Hey, you got some syrup?" "Yep, we got syrup." "All right, bring it over here." I said, "You got some Worcestershire sauce, you got some apple cider vinegar, you got brown sugar." I just started naming all this stuff. I was like, "Put it all on the counter. This, that, and the other, so on and so forth." And we made my normal rib glaze, the Billionaire Bacon Glaze, for the first slab, and then the second slab we did an Asian inspired hot honey glaze that was really, really, really good. I'm definitely going to make that one again. I still like my glaze like better. Like if you were just going to use one glaze for like the masses, I like my glaze better. But that hot honey glaze was super fire. We're definitely going to do that one again.
So let's talk about that recipe a little bit more. Kind of what was in that?
Shoot, I mean, I could tell you some of it, but I'd be lying if I told you all of it because I was just grabbing stuff and throwing it in, man. But obviously, honey. There was
Honey.
some
Okay.
Worcestershire sauce.
Gregory, it's recorded. You can always rewind.
Chili powder, cumin, ginger, some hot oil type stuff like crushed red peppers. Basically, just think of anything in your kitchen that you can think of for like an Asian inspired hot honey glaze. It was fire though. It was fire. They were good. Let's see. Hope said it's for a home building construction company. Their grand opening of their model homes. Okay, that's cool. That'll work. Matthew Sams. Yo, what's up, fellas? How you doing, brother? And we got the boys barbecue in here as well. What's going on? What's going on? Tell them about that hot honey glaze, man. So that was good. The ribs were absolutely ginormous. I don't know where they got these ribs, man. But they looked great. They looked absolutely stunning. But man, they took us 7 hours to cook. 7 hours to cook.
Wow.
One of the slabs was pretty tender. We were somewhat happy with that one as far as the tenderness. The other slab, man, them ribs were so big, they just did not want to. They weren't bad, they weren't bad, but they certainly weren't as tender as you would have liked them. But man, after 7 hours, we were like, we're just gonna pull these things off. We were hungry, ready to eat. So, yep.
So
Fire, yep. Sure
on the brisket, did you teach how to do a good brisket trimmed also? And
Yep.
Nice
So we trimmed them together and then seasoned them up, got them on, and everything. So we went start to finish. How was that second brisket, man? Pop said he put it in the sous vide to warm it back up. You got to let me know how that second brisket turned out.
Hope that bag didn't break. I've had that bag break on me before, sous vide and a brisket. That was not a fun day.
I'm hoping that second brisket was a little bit better than the first one. Real Doc Barbecue said, hot honey glaze. I've noticed when I try to use things like sriracha or other hot sauces or glazes, inevitably seem to really get toned down over the cook. Went from hot to meh in the cooking. Well, the key is not to do it too early. Yeah. The key is not to put that glaze on too early. You really want to do that towards the very end of your cook. That way that doesn't happen. And
yeah,
then
it'll cook the heat out of it for some reason.
Yeah. But what you can also do is, you can re-up. Like you can do what you're doing, and then when they actually come off, have an extra bit of glaze you can put on top. That way you can still maintain that heat. The boys barbecue said, Pops learned a lot. We are super grateful for you coming out, bro. It's in the sous vide right now. We're about to get into it. Okay. You have to report back and let us know how it is. That one was jiggly, man. That one was jiggly coming off. We got it all the way to 200. You let it rest overnight, vacuum sealed it, refrigerated it. So that one should be fire, man. I'm telling you, the first one was good. There was a huge smoke rig. Salt level was perfect. It tasted great. It needed more time. It wasn't tender enough. 53 Craft Barbecue. What's up, man? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you in here. So TJ, what's going on, man? You cooked some ribs this weekend too?
Yeah, I fought with those suckers. Raised home yesterday and started the fire to get it heated up. I put on two spare rib slabs.
This is the 1,000 gallon. I mean, the 250.
Yeah, the 250. So I've learned with this, so I'm still learning the adjustments, maintaining temperatures. It holds temperature well. It's just learning the wood placement to not overheat things. And I fought with them. It was just taking forever. I moved them from the front to the back. I started cooking them in the front like you did, Sean, at yours. Moved them to the back rack because the second rack, stack, because they were just getting too dark at times. I was just battling with them. I didn't have a lot of pullback, and I eventually just said, screw it, I'm going to wrap them, and left them wrapped. I even put them in the top rack in the front just to get some heat to it. And I got a little bit of pullback. It just wasn't as tender as I would want them to be. They ate just fine. I used your rib glaze, and I'm going to tell you, it calls for fresh ground black pepper. I won't do that again because I found it way too peppery. Too peppery. Now I did do I've already done your rib glaze.
You shared the glaze with him, and you wouldn't share it with me?
No. I shared it with you. I sent it to you.
Let me check.
Yeah,
I don't remember getting.
I paid for it. I paid for it.
Actually, for 3 times, and you was ghosted me.
TJ paid $5 for it. Okay. If you know, you know. If you know, you know.
So, I had already did it once. It's good. I tried adding a little bit of Frank's hot sauce to it.
Yeah.
And but the main thing I tasted was the fresh black pepper.
Okay.
So it's either I cut it out or I cut it down.
Yeah.
Because that's really the main thing I tasted from it. Now it was hot to eat. The night of, so I brought some for lunch today. Yeah. And even when you warm it back up, that heat's gone. It's just it's not going to be the same. Right. So it wasn't anything, but I could still taste the pepper.
Yeah, that's
so it's it's already.
I was gonna say that's the only thing you gotta be watching. You gotta be mindful of with that glaze is how much pepper you're putting on your ribs before you glaze it, right? Because you got pepper on the ribs and pepper in the glaze, so you got to kind of account for both, right?
Right. Well, I find that the pepper that gets cooked isn't an issue.
Okay.
It's because that was steamed, I guess, in the wrap.
Sure.
That it wasn't it didn't get cooked down, I assume.
I got you.
So I actually happened to grind fresh peppercorns.
Okay, well that was your issue because I don't do that.
Yeah.
I don't do that.
It's too fresh. You know what? It says it. Let me do it. Last time I just used the pepper I had on hand. Even if it was 16 mesh, it was a pepper I had on hand. But I actually did the fresh grind, and it's either go back to the other one or do less in general. I was trying it out. But here's the thing I learned. So I love cooking burgers on that smoker. If I use the bottom rack in the front, then suckers come out mahogany red. It ends up with too much smoke for my wife. So yesterday I cooked burgers for her on the top rack, which was a grill and smoke. The ones I did on the bottom rack for myself and the boys had a little bit more smoke, but that thing cooks phenomenal for burgers, and they come out just so good.
Oh, yeah.
So good. Salt, pepper, and then nothing but juicy, smoked, just phenomenal.
Mhm. We got Real Dog Barbecue. Never thought about that. Makes sense. Caps, I can't say that word, being natured by heat. So just use them for a glaze instead of for a longer time during cook. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. 53 Craft said Brisket Daddy Barbecue. Like, hold up now. Yeah. Check your text messages, Brisket Daddy. You got their glaze recipe. I sent it to you right after you asked for it. I don't even want to hear it. I didn't even make you pay $5. TJ Zelled me $5.
I'll check my phone when I get over to it. I'll see.
Hopes Barbecue said $5. You say interesting. That's right.
That's for the people that came and helped with his grand opening.
Oh man.
There you go. There's your.
Yeah, the boy said just took our first bite of the brisket, and it's by far the best brisket to come off Pop's pit. That's what I'm talking about. Was it tender? Was it much more tender than the one we cut into last night that we rushed?
Make a video. Make a quick video and send it to Sean, so he can play it on his. We can play it on the live stream right now.
Yeah, we got to see what this thing looks like, man. Give me the good news. Tell me that brisket got tender, man.
And also let me know.
And the sous vide, I would be shocked. That would just be a really crappy cut of brisket if it's not. I tell you that. I mean, we cooked that thing.
I want the boys barbecue to send me the invoice for a plane ticket to California too.
What you mean?
I need for them to send me. Let me know what it's going to take for them to get them out to California.
Oh, you trying to fly them out?
Yeah, man, I'm trying to expand the horizons.
They're not Instagram models, man. You can't just
fly them out. Yeah,
you can't just fly them out, dog.
I'll fly him and the whole entourage, man. It ain't nothing.
You go pay for a couple flights.
Probably almost as much as a new smoker would cost you, Greg.
Probably.
Oh, you didn't hear, TJ? Greg's not paying for a new smoker.
Oh, no. I saw. I finished the live today from last week, and I'm like, oh my god.
Bro, he's gonna get a desk. He's gonna get a desk in Paul's office.
Actually,
Paul's office, and he's just gonna work until he can pay for until his labor pays for the smoker.
He was nickeling and diming Paul.
Bro, truth be told, Paul reached out to me last week. I wasn't going to say anything, but we are working on some remote operation details for marketing.
Oh, get out of here.
For a sales and marketing position.
You know what?
Don't be mad, bro. Don't be mad.
No. We're going to, after this live stream, we're going to have a conversation. Me and you going to have a conversation. Because I'm not tired of this shit. We're going to have a conversation.
Hey, you got to know how to sell it, bro. I mean.
No.
Hey.
I ain't going to put nobody on blast on this live stream. But we're going to have a real conversation after that. Because you be capping. And I know you're not telling me I know you're not giving me all the details.
I was holding it. I was waiting to go live tonight to let it loose, to tell you the truth. I was really trying to hold it in, but he really does like the marketing aspects of the business and feels like I'd be a great representative to showcase the
you'd be a great representative to buy a pit. You can show it off in California. Boys Barbie said it definitely got tender. It's still not quite as tender as we wanted, but I'm thinking it was the product. Yeah, it had to be on that one, man. It had to be.
You guys got it from?
You guys got Select. They went to Walmart and got Select.
No. They picked up 2 choice briskets from Walmart, but they were very cheap. $4.40. He said $4.46 a pound.
It's $4.46 a pound.
Hey.
I went into Walmart the other day because I was like, briskets is up, and I was like, let me just go see. I know I'm not supposed to. Let me go see, and got in there. It was $4.46 a pound. but
There's a reason.
there's a
There's a
reason.
reason.
But I looked at it though. For some reason, they said not for some reason they said select, and I was like, oh, select. I don't think you're supposed to use select. And I just really quickly checked the internet, and it was saying, yeah, select choice is more forgiving than select on the cooking process.
Yeah, it's a worse grade of meat.
It's the worst grade of
Yeah.
meat. Yeah, yeah. And
Lower
then
grade.
and then the prime is going to give you more marbling, which is even more forgiving.
Yeah.
But that upper
Oh, you got-
third choice is preferred.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, Matt, you're still listening, man. I told Pops, I said, you guys need to, next time you buy brisket, get it from Gordon Food Service Store. There's one 15 minutes from y'all. You don't need a membership or anything like that. You can just go in and get it. If you get Gordon's Choice, it's going to come out a hell of a lot better.
But you're going from 447 to 525, but it's worth it.
But
It's worth it.
it's your you get what you pay for. I have not had good experience with buying meat from Walmart ever.
Yeah.
It is they dictate their own price, and it's going to be a low grade stuff packaged to look nice.
Right.
I just don't trust it. I don't buy any meat from Walmart. I don't care what the price is.
Yeah. I was, I went to Walmart over Thanksgiving and they were selling turkeys for $13. And I was like, what is wrong with that turkey? I was like, there got to be something wrong with that turkey.
What's the average cost?
Shoot, $13 for a whole turkey. I know it's
Well-
Thanksgiving, but damn.
No, you get turkeys for like not even a pound, like not even $1 a pound, even at like the regular grocery store. So that's expected
Yeah.
on that because it's cheap on Christmas and it's cheap on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Any other time of the year, you're going to be paying a lot of money for it.
So $1 a pound at 13 pounds is a 13, 14.
Oh, I saw it cheaper than $1 a pound at my Rouse's, which is a smaller version of HEB. It's just a local grocery store in my area. I mean, it's cheaper than $1 during Thanksgiving and Christmas. So I
Yeah.
don't really take that into account.
Yeah, I was in Walmart for all of like 3 minutes. I looked at it. I was like, okay, nope. Just walked right out and left.
The brisket daddy, he said, hey man, we will come out for the right price.
See?
Hey, but you better get your shit straight before they do that.
Oh, it's straight.
That food needs to be legit
Bruh.
because they're not gonna lie to you.
I'm telling you, it's
They're not gonna lie to you.
I
They
need
don't have the best briskets in Texas.
I'm telling you, bruh. I have no words.
And don't be getting them sick. Don't be getting them flying back to Texas sick with them California standards, man.
Right. I need somebody from Texas to come out this way and peep game because it's really happening.
What?
Peep game. Look at
Greg.
Sorry, I want somebody to come out here and look at what's going on.
Greg.
Here.
You don't need an outsider to come into your place and critique anything. You're selling
Oh
your
no,
stuff.
they're not
and making
critiquing. I
money.
just want them to enjoy. I want them to be able to enjoy. Not critique. There's no critique necessary. They just want to come out and have a good quality meal.
But that's what they do.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're saying they're not getting it where they're at? They're gonna get better meal by you.
I don't know about better. It's just I don't know. I think I gotta think about that. I gotta think about it.
It just to me it came across as you're just like they're not getting the best they could be getting, and they need to come to you to get the best.
No,
That's
I'm just
how I
trying. I'm
interpret it.
just trying to build up my street cred. I'm trying to build up my street cred.
I think we should start with the California reviewers first.
Yes, start with them, Greg.
Yeah, no, but they don't count. I've already had all the reviews. They've all said this is the best. They've all said this is the best barbecue that they've had.
Maybe come spend one more weekend out here with Big Papa Sean
Big
and
Papa Sean.
Papa Kirby. You know what I'm saying? Before you go calling people from Texas to come out to your spot.
Yeah, maybe I should come out there one time and show you the whole process one good time.
This guy.
He's gonna school you now.
Well,
one
hopefully
good
he
time.
stays awake.
A good time.
Can he stay awake for
Well, my plane was delayed.
Can he
I
stay
sat on
awake?
the tarmac for 4 hours. My plane was delayed. I mean, come on.
Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. We just have to make sure it's the right temperature outside so that he can keep working. Because last time it was too hot.
It was a bit hot. It was a bit hot.
Oh.
I'm not gonna lie.
That picture on the porch was not on Thursday. That picture was at least Friday, if not Saturday. I think it was Friday.
Mhm.
Yeah, probably
So
Friday.
you had
Oh, yeah,
already
that's right.
been there. You had
Just-
already been there for
yeah.
2 days.
Right.
Just
Oh
so you
yeah,
know-
I was washing dishes. I was making sides. I was shooting video. I was editing
Working in the
video.
kitchen.
I was
You were
editing
working in the
video.
kitchen.
So
Just so you know, that picture is iconic. I'm going to get it printed out and framed, just like the picture of me and Daniel Vaughn. That picture of Brisket Daddy sleeping during my grand opening is just as important to me as my picture with Daniel Vaughn. Both equally as iconic. Two legends from two different places,
two different places.
just legends for different reasons.
Oh, truth
Legends
Truth-
in their own mind.
truth be told, I've been sliding into Daniel Vaughn's DMs.
Oh, first he gets a job with PRM Barbecue. Now he's sliding into Daniel Vaughn's DMs. Get out of here.
I am. I'll show you, bro. I'll show you. I told him the same thing I told the boys.
Uh-huh.
Come to California. You need to make a trip.
I bet he's heard that one before.
I bet. Oh my goodness.
G-Man Galloway, what's up, brother? Hope you're doing well. The boy said, yeah, he was talking about Gordon's. Yes, get that choice brisket from Gordon's. You're going to pay about $5.35 a pound, but it's going to be worth it. Hope says, I experimented with Select. I couldn't hot hold it, had to use it the same day because any long hot hold wouldn't be good. Yeah, I'm just not interested in doing that. I need my upper 2/3 choice brisket from Gordon and be
He
good.
said it would not hot hold, meaning he tried to hot hold it and it didn't work out before, or just
Very well.
during
Yeah.
that process
Yeah.
it didn't. What does it do? Just breaks apart? I mean, like it just
It
becomes too
degrades
tender?
probably faster. It
Yeah.
degrades probably faster.
What's that degrading
But-
process look like? What's that like? It just kind of like
I mean,
just-
it could be texture. It could be how it could turn into roast beef. Just shred when you go to cut it. I mean, he'd have to explain it a little bit more, but I definitely get it. If he couldn't hot hold it, using it the same day, like it just degrades. Already, my first experience with shredding pulled pork and leaving it in a warmer was like a catastrophe, and I didn't really think about it at the time. You can't hot hold shredded pulled pork or pulled pork. You have to leave it whole.
Mhm.
Like,
Yep.
You want to hot hold it, and that was my first experience, and I'll never forget that. So it's just it's a lower grade meat.
So now with your pork butts, you leave them whole and you just grab what you need for service, and then you can wrap it back up and put it back in the hot hold.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Let's see what we got here. The boys said Brisket Daddy, no, he's got to get out of bed before 11 to make a good brisket, right? So, TJ, yesterday, I FaceTimed Greg at 11:40 a.m. Now,
Your time?
my time. So to be fair, it was 9:40 a.m. his time. However, I FaceTime him, and this guy is in the bed at almost 10 o'clock. In the bed. We talk. He meets the boys. And they're probably thinking to themselves, why is Sean FaceTiming some grown-ass man in his bed? And
Got to meet the myth, the legend.
we finish our conversation, and you know what Greg says?
I'm going back to bed.
Greg says, "Oh man, I got work in 25 minutes. I gotta go." 25 minutes and he's still in the bed.
Yep, I made it right in the nick of time. Had to be there. Had to be there. Had to be there at 10 o'clock.
That's that California shit right there.
I made it. That's all that counts. I made it. I was on time, and everything went very well. You know, I only answered because I thought something was wrong. He usually calls like, "Oh, Greg, yeah, I'm in the middle of a cook," or
I need help.
You should hear the call. He's got something going on. I'm like, calm down. Calm down. You know, like, what is the temperature of your fire? You know, how much seasoning did you put on it?
Yeah, you just kind of coach me through it, right?
Just the regulars, just the regular type stuff.
You just kind of coach me through the cook, show me what I'm doing wrong, you know. Is that,
you know, or just be there for you to have, you know, your ideas are coming to fruition and he wants to be able to bounce it off. I was like, hey,
emotional support.
This is the time where he's looking for a bounce. So let me make myself available for him. And now I take heat because brother's trying to get a little bit of rest before he's got to get up for the day. No, Sean's right.
I'm gonna give it to Greg. That man works all day, comes home and cooks into the night for other stuff. I ain't doing that right now. I ain't got the bandwidth.
Yeah, I'm shutting it. I'm not. I can't officially say I'm shutting it down because whenever I say that, it's a problem. So I'm ready for this last minute night.
Every time you say that, Greg, the next words out of your mouth is, maybe I need to go ahead and get that 1,000 on the Overlander package.
Oh, they killed him last time. He said he thinks he's not going to do it anymore. He's going to.
They did not like that at all.
You got killed, bro.
They didn't like that.
There's Pops right there from the boys. What's going on?
Man, I wish he could come online and give us into the chat with his microphone and camera and give us his play-by-play on his training experience. Because I tell you, bro, this guy Sean has definitely got some good training skills. I was joking when I said this guy is calling me, but I think you guys know that. I call Sean on a regular.
Really?
Yeah, man. I got all kind of questions for this guy.
I do my best.
But I mean, I'm his protege, bro. I like just if it wasn't for the training and the school and you know the conversations, I wouldn't be the man who I am today. Looks like Pops just got done grubbing down, and he's gonna hopefully give us his play-by-play. So
I'm gonna send you the link. Don't feel obligated to hop on, but if you want to, I'm gonna send you the link if you want to hop on the panel for a couple minutes. You're more than welcome to. No pressure.
Come online and give us a little word. So hey, so are you still trimming your briskets down to a quarter inch fat?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Are you not?
So yeah, I am. If you leave, like, you know, a little bit more, do you find that what do you find like when you leave a little bit more fat? Like, let's say, you know, and really not an inch, 3/4 of an inch, or
it's more mass, so it's going to take longer to cook.
Mm-hmm.
More fat you have to render. And if it's too thick, then you're probably not going to get a full render on it. Hold on, we got Pops coming on. Hold that thought, Greg. What's going on?
What's going on, fellas? How y'all this evening?
Hello.
Doing well.
Good to meet you. Good to talk to you again, Brisket Daddy.
Good to see you, sir. You look nice and cool.
And you got clothes on and not PJs. That's nice.
This guy right here. You guys.
There's Wham Bam right there. What's going on, the fellas?
I appreciate you jumping on.
We were talking kind of doing a weekend recap of what everybody had going on for the weekend.
Gotcha.
And we wanted to see how that second brisket came out.
Man, dude, it was way better. The flat was still a little bit spongy. It probably needed a couple more degrees. But the point was just, yeah, it turned out good. It I let it rest overnight, and then I vacuum sealed it and sous vide it, and then pulled it and cut it. Man, it was the flavor was fantastic. It was a good cook. I was very happy with the cook.
Yeah.
That flat could have been just a little bit more, and I think had it been prime, it probably would have got there.
Yeah.
I think that choice was just, it seized up and wasn't going to heat good, so
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Okay. Okay.
But
The point. What would you have rated that point? Like, was that point actually tender? Oh, here we go. Let's take a look at it. Pull it apart, Matt. Okay, so it is still a little bit
it
tough.
is a little bit. Of course, that wasn't a good slice because I when
That's
I turned
huge.
it, I
That's
took
a
a
huge
full
slice.
slice across the point, so it wasn't. Grab one of the smaller pieces.
Yeah,
Here.
that was a whole cow there.
Yeah, the grain pulls. Grab it. So the grain just pulls right apart.
Okay.
See,
Okay.
that was cut with the grain. This was against it. So the against the grain was fantastic.
Okay, good.
And even with that one slice with the grain, when you bite down, those long strands just pulled right apart, dude. The point was perfect. I'd put that up there with any of the better stuff that we've eaten.
Good.
So
Good. Well, next time, let me know what you pick up. You get a prime. We'll get a prime or one of those choice from Gordon.
yeah.
I think we'll have better results because I felt like we had a really good cook as far as fire.
So what you
everything.
so what you learn most?
Well, probably the most, of course, I learned a little bit on the trimming, how to find some of that harder fat. I was doing good, but obviously I learned a little bit there, so that's going to help out. And then and just fire management, man. It's a new pit to me, but it's an older pit, but it's new to me, right? And it's one of those ones that has it doesn't have a smoke collection. It opens up into a cold smoke box. So the heat variance from one end to the other, I fight all the time. And so just Sean coming in, kind of showing me how to start that fire a lot smoother, capitalize on what's there in the beginning rather than waiting. Right. I mean, because I've been waiting to try to get the thing up to 275. Well, I burned 6 sticks of wood trying to get it up when really I could have been using that the whole time. So, it was quite a bit. Fire management is what I've been needing. And, and then just having some confidence to not tempt stuff until I split it in half from thermometers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that's what I've been doing also, just freaking wires hanging all out. It looks like a robo burrito, I mean. So having a little confidence to just kind of let it eat, man, let it go, just let it do what it's gonna do, let the pit do what it does. So
Yeah.
and just knowing that's okay, right? I mean, and you don't know what you don't know, right? So it's, the only thing I did know is I needed to be at a certain temperature, and so you know what I mean. So I appreciate that quite a bit. It was really good. Just kind of working through the whole process.
For sure. I had a blast, man. And those ribs were pretty good.
They turned out really good. That was some good glaze. That cinnamon maple.
Yeah.
Yeah, that turned out really good. Not only was good too, but I think I like that cinnamon better.
You did. Okay. Man, I'll tell you what, that pit you have was putting a lot of smoke on the meat, man. These ribs had some of the most smoke I've ever seen on ribs. Like they were red all the way through, all the way through.
Yeah. It does. It burns wood really good. It's just on that back end where that second brisket was.
Yeah.
I just it's because all the heat comes out and there's no collection at the back end, so it just hits that box and runs straight out. So there's that cool spot, kind of where that second brisket was and the second set of ribs. That's why
Yep.
we saw that thing just kind of stall like it did, or slow down.
Right.
I think I need to figure out some way to get it, maybe extend that wall coming down
Yep.
so that the heat comes down to the grate before it heads up out the box. You know what I mean?
That's a really good observation because Greg and I were talking about the collector the other day.
Yeah.
He kind of asked me, what's the purpose of that smoke collector? And I kind of told him, I was like, man, you know what? I never really thought about it too much. But in the case of your pit, that makes a whole lot of sense because Greg saw the pit, right? It's kind of like your normal cook chamber, and then it's a box.
Yes.
And,
Yeah.
and as soon as that
Does it
cook
just-
chamber ends, that
There's-
you're right, that heat just goes straight up and out of the pit.
Right.
Oh yeah, you need to put a plate to lower
Yeah.
that opening down.
To push that
get it-
heat down. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's good about Paul's smokers. He's got that dampener right above the collector instead of being at the top of the stack, so it helps slow all that smoke down, but you still get the draw at the top.
Yeah.
So
Right.
your heat's just going straight up and then over and then out into that
Right.
to the cold smoke. So if you could put a plate that lowers that opening further down,
Yeah.
then you're probably going to have it much more efficient.
Yeah, it's going to
Oh.
collect more heat on that back end and it'll bring it down. Because a lot of times, like if I'm running, because I've had temp thermometers all over that thing, just trying to see how it runs, right? And so when it's reading 275 or 300, right at 300, down at the grate, down at that back end where that smoke box is, it's like 200. So I got 100-degree difference just in a 20-inch span from one end of the pit to the other. So
So you want to
And I
hear
think-
something interesting? So I on the Mod 250, I got the ThermalWorks probes, and it has a
Mhm.
wired ambient temperature that sits in the middle,
yeah,
about 3 inches below the Tell-True thermometer.
oh
There's a
wow,
3 inches below. It's sitting on the grate, like right, it's just a scotch above the grate, but
Yeah.
it's about that far from where the other thermometer is. It's a 40-degree difference.
yikes.
40 degrees.
So have you looked at other places on the pit? Like, I mean, you could be swirling in that area. I mean, if you've seen some of the science out there on those pits, that's why that collection header at the end of like the Franklin pit, the Goldie's pit, it brings it all together top and bottom before it heads out the stack. There's so much research on those things, man.
Well, so you're going to have a volatile fire. Like the fire itself is just volatile. So how it takes in to the smoke box, I mean to the fire box versus how
Yeah.
it goes. I have the same pit as Sean. So I've got the dampener, the baffle plate right over it, but you can still see stuff. It gets good consistency. Obviously, it'll be
Yeah.
a little hotter by the firebox versus the other side. But I've noticed, yeah, you're going to have the volatile. It's going to go through, but it is
Yeah.
crazy that the just even 6 inches above the grate is going to be just 60 degrees more. So
Yeah.
going to that top rack, I cooked some burgers on it yesterday. I cooked burgers on the bottom rack, in the front by the firebox, and on
Mhm.
the top rack. And the smoke color between the burgers was like night and day. Like the ones that were on the regular rack were mahogany. The ones at the
Yeah.
top looked like you could have put it on a charcoal pit where it was grilled up.
Yeah,
So
a little
the
more direct
temperature is
heat.
just-
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like definitely a lot more direct heat to it. So it's crazy. What I've learned is use wired ambient temperature versus wireless ones, because apparently with my research, the wireless ones don't work efficiently for
Gotcha.
ambient temperature. I've got
Right.
the meter ones, I've got the Inkbirds. I had so I've now got the ThermalWorks, which is the top of the line. I like toys. And they said on their thing, like, they gave up having a wireless ambient and do a wired one for ambient because their meters themselves work much more efficiently on a lower wave.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah,
like I had my the sensor outside and it could still read from inside my house, which was easily 40 feet away. The probes that were just out.
yeah,
So it's a different thing. But yeah, you definitely want to get that a plate put to help direct that heat down and slow it down because it's just going right on out.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because we were rotating the briskets and the ribs, and we kept putting the thermometer in, and we kept saying, "There's no way that brisket's that temperature," because it would got to like 175, and then we I think we rotated it, we went back in, we came back out, and then we're looking at it, it's back down to 165. I'm like, there's no way that happened. Like,
We had it at 300 degrees.
Yeah, like we got the smoker at 300 degrees, but that difference in temperature must be insane.
Yeah, it is. I think it is because I mean, just in the middle of that smoke box, it's what is 120 degrees,
Yeah.
less on the temperature. But if you because I've moved that because I've got a thermometer in that smoke box and I've kind of moved it around in different areas, right where the heat comes out and goes up, it's that 275.
Yeah.
But like he was saying, 4 to 6 inches away, it's lost a bunch of heat. It doesn't stay long enough to warm up everything,
Right.
So I do need to definitely do a little bit of tooling around with the pit itself, but man, it just what you showed me the other day with that fire, that it's gonna get dialed in. I'm
The fire
definitely.
box, does it have a flat bottom or does it have a curved bottom?
It's a flat bottom.
Okay, so that's what we have. And I've learned putting the stick straight to the opening, it's gonna flow. So you got to curve. This helps
Yeah,
slow things down. I mean, I'm still learning. I've only done I'll say 3 or 4 cooks with minor stuff on the 250 that I have, and I'm still learning. When I add wood in, if I want to add wood that just start getting warm up, I'm gonna crunch them together. I'm gonna put it on a 45-degree angle to where air is not gonna flow through that because it's just gonna sit on top of that charcoal and start doing
yeah,
what it's gonna do. It's crazy. It really is. That's what it is. That's I'm seeing more and more. It's an art form that you just learn and you just
yeah,
know over time.
yeah. Mine has it's got a grate with a collection tray, an ash tray, the coal tray underneath that you can pull out and clean it. So that I mean, it's kind of good and kind of bad. It's difficult to maneuver stuff around, but the ash is dropping out. So I'm not building a big pile of ash like you guys are. So,
I don't
Well,
really
Bob,
find it to be an issue though. I don't
oh,
find
okay.
that to be an issue. Again, I'm not super long term into it, but I don't find that to be an issue. I find turning the wood, how far it's spaced apart, depending, is what's gonna ignite that wood further.
Yeah.
From my experience with just using this smoker, I'm fine with not having it elevated. So maybe that's something you could try. But your son, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not selling at the moment, but I love having the 250. I
Yeah.
love having the 250. I bought a Brazos Old Country, which is a 1/4 inch, and I love cooking on it. But this one, after going to Sean's, because I got that before I went to Sean's for his grand opening, and after going to Sean's, it just wasn't the same.
Yeah.
Even though I like cooking on it, it's like, well, I know how to
Yeah.
do it better on the other one.
Right.
It's a world of difference. World of
Yeah.
difference. They cook so much better. I'm very pleased with the product that I got from Paul. And even my wife, when she's like, "How much are you spending?" When she saw it, she's like, "Okay, this is a nice piece of equipment."
Yeah.
This is exactly why I've been like, you know what? I'm not selling my pit because
And what did I say? I said,
I-
don't sell that pit.
because
After
How
a
do I
phone
put
call
it?
with Greg. After a
How-
phone
how do-
call with Greg.
how do I put this? I don't think I can go back. Like it
Right.
just cooks so well that
Yeah.
I don't know if I can go back.
Yeah.
Like I've been trying to cut in here and say, Sean and Tim, we are really happy
Gregory.
that you guys love your products and how efficient that they are. And Pops, we here at PRM, we have a saying, you got the skill, you got the thrill, but you don't got the dollar bill. Us here at PRM Barbecue, we can get you into 250. We have financing. It's an awesome pick. You see these two gentlemen above you, Kirby's Barbecue and Zoomies. They are very happy with their pits, and they wouldn't sell them for anything, right?
Right.
So,
Pops, if you don't know, Greg is auditioning for a salesman.
Yeah.
At PR Barbecue Co.
Yeah.
If you didn't know,
Yeah. Well, do I give you my credit card number and then you go by the pit and get the finder's fee?
no,
You
we
funnel that money through him and let's see what happens.
no,
Yeah.
we just make sure that our clients.
You send
Right.
your money through that. I'm gonna try to be politically correct. You send your money through that California state of mind.
Yeah.
See what happens. Let them go open up some daycares or something.
Yeah. Oh Lordy.
Oh my
Man, oh
goodness.
man. Yeah,
Oh,
that's what, like I was telling you yesterday, Sean, man, don't sell that pit. Put it on that trailer. I mean, you'll have it. You can always throw a couple sticks in there, cook something, or do a pop up. Just in the long, because you'll have that thing for a lifetime, dude.
Yeah.
I mean it, and by the time you decide to buy another one, if you do sell it, it's not going to be the same price you got it before.
Right.
So
I ordered mine 4 months after Sean ordered his, and it was if it was equivalent to what Sean got, it was an additional $700 because prices just went up. It wasn't anything Paul's like, oh, I'm raising my prices. He's raising the prices because cost of material went up.
yeah,
Now that was 4 months after. Like he ordered his, he got his in 3 months. I went there and I ordered it the next month.
Yeah.
Now I got a few more bells and whistles because that's what I do. But I'm quite pleased with the product. And if I waited even till now, it probably would have been be almost $1,000 more for what I got.
yeah,
I can imagine.
yeah.
I'd have to talk to Paul to see if it's really jumped up, but
I want to get one. I want the off-road package just so I can get it from my front to backyard, relatively easy. I mean, casters would be okay. And I've got a sidewalk that goes from the front to the back, but I would rather be able to go off the concrete and get back up on without it flipping over on me. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
And
So
rolling up on a trailer way easier.
Yeah, so I have a 12 plus 2 utility trailer that I put mine on. I got it on skids. Me personally, I didn't like the concept of the trailer because Sean's is taller than me. I feel it's too low. Plus, I want working space, so I got it on skids and I put it on a trailer. If you go to my Instagram, you'll see pictures of it. I just put it on there. Now I'm going to build an enclosure on top of it, but that way I can just take it wherever I want to go.
Yeah, that'd be awesome, and that's what you need to do, man. If you're going to do pop-ups and stuff like that, absolutely.
And then for me, that making that purchase and investing in that product, that says a lot to other people. Like it isn't a backyard smoker. It isn't some rinky-dink thing. I've invested in it and it'll sell itself as well.
Yeah. We build smokers on casters, pits on casters, skids, trailers.
I'm about to text Paul. This is getting out of
We
hand.
offer Santa Maria grills. charcoal starters, small live fire grills, and barbecue accessories. Come on down. We're located in Brookshire, Texas, 3719 off of US Highway 90.
I swear.
So, do y'all build them adjustable height for short guys like me?
That's one thing we have been discussing.
You know what?
Is to be able to have that whole package, and be able to press a button and that whole package just comes down, to a better working level. Me myself, I'm a young man.
They have a stair package for Greg to step up onto.
Hey, I'm dropping the address. They asked me to drop the address.
Hey,
I'm just giving the customers what they want.
Greg, why don't you text your boss and see if he'll hop on? How about that?
Let me get him on the line.
Hit your boss up and see if he'll hop. Send him the link. Since y'all so close now, let's see. Get your boss on.
I think what Eli was meaning is that if you work at Paul's, then you should already know the address. You shouldn't have to look the address up.
No, I'm not looking it up. I got to memorize 3719 US 90 in Brookshire.
I can see you reading it off the screen.
Oh man.
I'm a remote worker. I'm a remote worker. I don't have to know the address. It doesn't matter to me. I don't go in.
Well, listen, fellas, I'm going to run. I appreciate you, Sean. Man, I enjoyed the day yesterday. Learned a bunch. I probably may have questions still, but you messed around and gave me your phone number, so it's on you.
He did the same thing with me, and I won't leave him alone. But
it's all good. I got 2 lines, so I just shut that one down when
But Pops, you are bound for greatness. Trust me.
Man, I appreciate you, brother.
I'm a living witness.
Right.
Thanks for
I appreciate you.
Appreciate it.
All right. We'll see y'all.
All right.
Oh.
You hit your boss up or what?
He think he's with the wifey right now.
Phone.
This guy.
He's with the wife right now.
Okay. Oh man. Oh, Matt, you still got to drop the full. Your editor still has to drop the full video on YouTube for when you came through the Kirby's. We still waiting on that. We're still waiting on that. What's up, everybody in the chat? Drop your questions, comments. What you guys got? How was your weekend?
Hello, Paul.
Paul's calling
Hey,
you.
it's Greg. Oh, hey, sorry to bother you, man. You busy? Hey, can you hop online? Yeah,
Jesus.
man.
Oh.
Yeah, these guys, man, they need to let them know. Put them on game. Okay.
That man faking the phone call. He ain't call that fool. You're not fooling me.
You'd have been so mad. You'd have, oh God, please.
If Paul was not already on the live, he knows what time I do my lives. If he was not already on the live, that man ain't getting on. Not unless you send him a text and say you're ready to place your order.
You're right. I know that's right. Now. Paul ain't playing no games. You don't play no games.
Playing with you.
Eli
Eli
called him out. Oh my God.
Greg think he's slick.
Oh goodness.
He wants Paul to hire him as a remote worker to pay for his smoker. Oh my goodness.
Hey, closed mouth don't get fed, my guy.
I hear you.
So
Greg, we know your mouth is not closed because you eating all the time.
I've eaten all the time, man. I just got done with some super fire brisket. Hey, so I got a question. So last week when I did the ribs, I had a great bark on my ribs. I got them to 180, 189, right before the 190. But then I put my glaze on my ribs and then I wrapped them in foil. And then my bark came time for service at 7 p.m. and my bark had washed away. My ribs looked like naked. They look like top of Timmy's head. So like what do I do? Do you ever glaze and then like put them back on? Put them back on sometimes so that glaze kind of gets sticky on them. And then am I supposed to be wrapping in foil or butcher paper for the ribs? I thought it was foil for the ribs. Foil, right? Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you put the glaze on if you want it to be tacky on your ribs. If you don't wrap it, like if you want a tackiness on there, otherwise you're just putting your glaze on and wrapping it in there so it can bring it up and it'll absorb that glaze onto it. I was just talking to Sean before we started live. Like I was fighting with my ribs yesterday, because they wanted to get darker way faster than the temperature, and it sat in that stall forever. I saw when it sat at 160-ish for quite a while, and when it finally broke through that stall, it creeped up really a lot faster, but it was just dark.
These were the ribs we did yesterday. Can you guys see them?
We can see them, Sean.
Yeah.
So that was salt and pepper. And then when we felt like we were close, we put the glaze down on top of aluminum foil, put the ribs face down on that glaze, wrapped them, and put them back in for probably about 45 minutes to an hour. And that's how they came out. So you see nice red, not very, very nice red. You can still see the salt and pepper rub on there and the shininess from the glaze and everything.
So could it have been that my glaze was too, I guess, watery or runny, which could have taken off my taken my bark away? And then remember, like I'm cooking, so tomorrow morning I'll get up and I'll start my cook at about 7 a.m. And I'll be done at around 12 or 11:30, 12 o'clock. But these ribs don't get pulled out for service until 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 p.m. So what do I do to hold these? I am holding them in my Cambro. If for transportation, they don't have a large food warmer space, so I have to leave them in the Cambro. But they're still warm and at temperature and safe and everything. But what do I need to do to hold these so they don't continue to sit in the foil and just continue to sweat all evening? So I can have my dry, good, tacky, barky ribs. When I say dry, meaning
You're not gonna get
my glaze sauce was
maybe you're putting too much glaze on them.
Because remember, when you put that glaze in there and then wrap it in the foil and put it back in there to keep cooking, it's gonna steam it.
It's gonna steam it. It get them tender.
And and if you're like, for the main glaze that I do, right, the base is syrup, right? Now, if I get a thicker syrup that time, if I use a thicker pancake syrup, it looks thick when I put it down on the foil, right? But once that heats up, it's going to thin it out. So you got to be aware of that so that your ribs aren't sitting in the soup.
That's what happened. So I was
too much on
that. So I now come to my remembrance. I did get the recipe. So I was messing around with my rib glaze that I already used, and then I was looking over the rib glaze that I just remembered that you did send to me. And I was kind of like combining them together. I was Timmy caught it. I was stretching out the rib glaze that I use. I currently use the Hogs Chipotle barbecue Chipotle raspberry Chipotle. And I was, trying to, I guess, thin that out. So I started kind of making some of my own glaze, and it was kind of coming together. And then I took some of that glaze and kind of married it together. But I do believe that it was too runny.
Yeah.
It was just too
It's
runny.
gonna get. It's
was
gonna
more
thin
stew.
out when it cooks down.
Okay, and that I didn't know. It's gonna
Yeah.
thin out. Okay, so by me thinning it out and then keeping them in hot heat, it literally when I opened them up, it was just like a puddle of
Yeah.
liquids.
I mean, then
Yeah, you
it
should
is
have
gonna
a.
be
Sorry.
it is
Go
gonna be a
ahead.
little bit of a puddle when you do that method,
Okay,
but you don't want it to be a soup. Like you
Okay,
don't
right.
you know, at that point you're gonna have you
You're
know, you don't
boiling it.
yeah.
yeah, right.
Hope said, how tight are you wrapping those ribs? I mean, not loose, but you know, it's aluminum foil, so just wrap it as tight as you can without you breaking the
Are you,
the
are you gonna
foil.
answer for him? Were you
No,
doing it?
he just, yeah, it's okay. I don't know how tight I
Oh,
was
I didn't know
wrapping
he was
them.
asking Greg. I thought he was
Yeah.
He's
asking
asking Greg.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know, but Sean gave a good answer. I like Sean's answer. How tight are you
Yeah,
wrapping
that
them,
one.
Tim?
That answer. That was a good answer.
Yeah, that answer that one. How tight are you wrapping them, Zumi?
I mean, if I have it, it's foil. You smash it into where it's on it. Like, I mean, I'm not.
I didn't know how to answer that question.
Do you do 2 pieces of foil, Sean? And you guys do 2 pieces of foil?
No,
Just one
I get
piece?
HEB's heavy duty foil.
Oh, that's
so I
right.
only need
That's
one.
right.
I have heavy duty foil, but it's still like punctured through. So I was like,
Yeah,
I
so
use two.
There's a and I'm not just saying
He's
that.
not saying that.
I'm not just saying this specifically HEB's brand.
It is.
It's not just heavy duty. It's a barbecue.
It's a barbecue heavy duty
barbecue
aluminum.
heavy duty foil. It is the thickest foil I've ever used in my
It
life.
is. We went
It's
shopping.
crazy.
So we don't have HB here.
I know, but I'm letting you know. Like if you had an HEB, you'd only need one foil sheet, but you don't. So you need 2. I mean, Reynolds heavy duty has absolutely nothing on this HEB wrap.
It doesn't.
It's
I
not
was
even
shocked.
close.
I was shocked.
So it's like
not
10.
foil. It's like
Because
it's like metal.
It is. The first time that I bought it, I looked at it, it was on the shelf, and I was like, damn, $21? I was like, all right. And I put it in the cart, and I got home, and I was like, okay, now I see why it's $21. It's definitely worth it.
Yeah, it's metal.
So yeah, Greg, you gotta watch what you like. I mean, so I used the rib glaze first time, and then after that made an adjustment, and I'll make an adjustment again after that because
to the glaze. You made an
the
adjustment.
recipe to the recipe. Yes.
Okay.
I wanted to see what it would do to add a little hot sauce to it.
Yeah, you said that, and then the cracked pepper was too much.
Yeah, that I will not
Freshly
use
cracked
fresh. It said use fresh. I was follow the instructions. I'm not gonna pull a Greg.
I know. So I don't know. TJ texted. I don't think he's hopping on. I don't want to put nobody on blast, so I'm gonna just save my comments for after we get off live. But I'm trying to figure out what's in this contract you got over here. But you don't have to don't put your business out on the live, Greg. We'll talk about your contract after.
Yeah,
he answered he can't make it. He answered he can't make it. I just sent him the thing just in case.
Yeah. It's all good. It's all good. We're gonna get it straightened out. Probably
because there's an NDA involved. You know, they California to meet all those NDAs.
All right, so let's stay focused on these ribs for 2 more minutes. So now that I wrap my ribs with a more sustainable, non-watered down glaze, and I've glazed them. I put glaze on my foil. I put the meat side down. I put them back in the chamber for 30 to 45 minutes. Yep. Now it's time for me to leave for the day. What's happening to my ribs? What's specifically happening to my ribs from the time I put them in my Cambro and they're holding for 4 hours? Am I supposed to be like leaving them meat side down? Should they be stored meat side up? And
that's a question right there. When you wrap yours and put them back in, are you putting it, even though you put it meat side down in the foil, when you wrap it, you're putting it back up, aren't you?
No,
No, you leave it down.
I leave it down.
I leave it down.
Okay.
Yes.
Because the heat from that grate, it makes that
Glaze.
that glaze really stick to the ribs.
Okay.
So
And
when you're going to lift that up and you want to see, that's literally upside down then, right? Because you know how everybody's like, oh, look how it bends down.
Well, it's already done
when you-
technically at this point, though. It's already done. We're just
not
glazing.
necessarily- Not necessarily.
Oh, okay.
No, it's not necessarily your.
That foil, when you glaze it and you put it in the foil, that foil helps a lot to
It does.
get the tenderness that you needed.
Because if you do too long, then it's like now they're falling off the bone and they're
But
over.
it is extremely hard to get them to where they're absolutely falling off the bone way too tender. It's very hard to get to that point. You'd have to, the only time I've ever done that is I literally had opened up the restaurant and I still had some racks on and I forgot about them.
Got you.
That's the only time that's ever happened. It's extremely, at least in the time frame that I was looking at, because I always got them onto the pit at 7 a.m. and I opened at 11. So I'm trying to cook them hot and fast, 4 hours, and they're done. And so the first 3 hours I'd cook them unwrapped. And then that last at 10 o'clock is when I would glaze them and wrap them in the foil, put them as close to the firebox as I could, because I needed that whole hour to get them to be as tender as I needed them to be.
So did you have pullback in that 3 hours?
Not much. No.
Okay.
That's you were saying the same thing. When do
I
you get
got that pullback went after they were in the foil.
Yeah, right.
after in the foil?
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Because I was fighting with it yesterday. I mean, they were like I could eat them, but they weren't as tender as I wanted them to be,
Yeah.
and
And
they were darker.
And they didn't pull back.
They pulled back, like one of them definitely pulled back some, but I probably could have gone longer with them being in the foil.
And
I was
TJ,
at this point.
I'm sorry. I always cooked them on that bottom grate closest to the firebox.
I did that,
Yeah.
but they were getting so dark that I actually at one point, because I put the burgers on, I just moved them to the stack side because I didn't want them to keep getting all that heat and get them even darker. Now they weren't brisket dark, but they weren't that just even mahogany. You had dark spots, and so it's just something I got to figure out though. That's all.
Yeah.
Next time I do it, maybe I'll get with you on. See, but I mean, I was trying to keep them at 275 for it, but I know sometimes it jumped up to like 300, just because I'm still learning that management of the fire in this box.
I actually want to address something real quick right before you go, Greg, or before you say something. Is I was talking to Pops yesterday when we were doing the brisket cook, and he was explaining to me on the fire management what he was struggling with was if his target temperature was 275, he would see the smoker get down to like 245 and freak out and want to add another log. And so he was just constantly adding firewood and trying to get it to stay at 275 for the full 12 hours or whatever. And what I was explaining was that these pits are not ovens. Now, the PRM pit is pretty damn close to it. Sometimes it'll just cruise out of that temperature. But most of these barbecue pits they're not ovens. So the temperature is going to fluctuate. It's a fire. You're cooking with an open flame, natural fire. So what I told him is think about it like you just want to stay in a range. I said you want to, on the low end, 225 for your brisket cook. On the high end, 275. So I said, if you start creeping down closer to 225, you need to add some fuel. If you're right there at 275, you're perfect. And if you're creeping up over 275, then you need to pull back on your dampeners and maybe give less oxygen to that firebox. So I was like, you just need to keep it between 225 and 275. Now that doesn't mean you want to let it drop down to 225 and then pump it back up to 275, but you want to keep it in that range. So if you're cooking at 275 for a good while and then you see it drop down to 250, you don't have to freak out. Now it drops down to 235, 240. Now you're seeing the trend. It was at 275 and it's coming down 260, 250, 245. It's like, all right, it's 245. Maybe we need to throw, another log on or adjust the coal bed, so on and so forth. So that's how you kind of manage it so that you're not constantly jacking with it. It's not an oven. It's an art more than a science with some of these pits.
Yeah, I've learned so it's about keeping everything set the same with minor adjustments, and I'm trying to play with placement of the wood.
Mhm.
And so I had it sitting at the temperature I wanted it to for quite a while. It was sitting there. When I went and checked the firebox, there was no wood. It was like it was time to break the coal up. So I'm like, oh, but it was still sitting with no dropping. So
Right.
it's like, so I put wood in, put it all together, and had it on a 45-degree angle because I didn't want it to jump it up. It still jumped it up, but it didn't jump it up a lot.
Right.
And I actually think go ahead, Greg.
Timothy, sorry. Do you know about like the block stacking? I was watching the video. I was telling Sean about it yesterday. The guy was talking about fire management and
Yeah.
taking your blocks and like he had 3 blocks and then he put them like tight together. And he was saying that was one type of fire management, having the blocks together, and versus having the blocks like stacked separately, but with gaps in between them. So do you guys know the difference between like when there's a gap in between your wood and then when there's no gap in between your wood? What's happening to the fire? Can we discuss that?
So when you have gaps between your logs, you're allowing airflow to run across the coals and across there, so it's going to ignite it. If you smush it together, yes, the coals are going to heat up the wood, but you only have the airflow going around the sides. So obviously fire needs oxygen. So if you have them all spaced apart, oxygen will be around all of it. So all of the sides of the wood is going to start burning. But if you have them bunched together, just the outsides and the bottom are going to start burning, not the other sides that are in, like if you have 3 of them together. And if you take the wood and turn it opposite of the doorway where the air is coming in, it's hitting that first one and going around it. So the more oxygen, the hotter it's going to burn and the faster it's going to burn. So when you make it to where it's difficult for that oxygen to get to all the wood, it's going to slow that burning process down.
TJ's
I
100.
watched a good tutorials is on YouTube. They do a podcast and they had where they did a walkthrough with a demonstration with lava rocks and how to place wood on top, on what it's going to do here, there, placing everything. It was a very good walkthrough on the fire management.
Go ahead, Sean.
TJ's 100% right. I'm going to add to it in a different context. So when you have that wood vertically, right, in that firebox, so that the air is being able to come in between those logs, that's going to be a very efficient way to burn, and you're going to get a normal type fire. You're going to use a lot less firewood, and it's going to burn at a very natural rate. Now, when they're all bundled together, it's going to be harder, like TJ said, for those logs to really catch fire, and it's going to kind of smolder a bit, which can be a good thing at the beginning of your cook because it's going to be a much smokier fire.
Thank you for saying that, because he was saying, yeah, you're going to get more smoke when they're bunched together.
Now, I wouldn't recommend doing that for your whole cook, but if you wanted to do that at the beginning to get a lot of smoke on that meat initially, and also keeping the temperature down, right? Because usually by the time my briskets get put on the smoker, my smoker's only at like 150 degrees. So that lower temperature, it's already going to be smokier no matter how I build the fire. But if you add that method onto it as well, that's going to keep the temperature down initially, and it's going to be really smoky. So that's not a terrible idea, right? But as you get into the cook and you want to cook efficiently and use less wood and actually, get up to the temperatures you want to, then I would say the first way we talked about really letting that air do its job, letting the oxygen do its job, then that would be the way to go.
Does any of this change if your fire pit is a raised bed? I have grates in my fire pit. You guys don't have grates. You're sitting directly on the bottom of your insulated firebox. So my father was like, hey, instead of you starting fires on the bottom of this bed, which isn't insulated, you could, I guess, quote unquote, burn through it, right? If you, I guess, use it enough, like he was saying. So he built grates inside of it for me. So when you stack wood, whether it's close or however it's, and it's sitting on grates, the air is a lot different now because there is air coming from up underneath it because the coals are sitting on top of the grate. I don't get a lot of like coals until I'm doing a brisket cook and I'm like, 6-7 hours in, and I got a lot of coals that I can't even really get out because I've got grates that are, blazing hot and I can't scrape those out. But is the management different when it's sitting on grates versus not?
Yeah, it's going to be because you don't have a coal bed established. So the coal bed is to give you the heat you need. So you're going to work it differently. You're going to have to restrict your oxygen flow into there because you have a whole opening at the bottom that's just going to feed that. So it's going to be a different cook.
One thing I'll say contrary to that, I'm not saying it's not a different cook, but typically those grates aren't very high off of the bottom anyway.
It's not too high, but it takes a while to burn and fill them up with coals though.
Yeah,
you're not going to get cold.
I don't think it's high enough to make a huge difference. And your grate isn't. I don't know what grate you have specifically, but like the one that I was dealing with yesterday on the boys pit, and
they had a grate.
Also on my old country Pecos, they all have grates. Typically, all the backyard ones typically have grates. Neither one of them was particularly that high up off of the bottom of it. And the holes, at least on my old country Pecos, were not all that large. So it did allow me to establish a coal bed because some of it fell through, but the grate, like the holes weren't big enough to where like my entire coal bed was gone.
Yeah, we double graded. So when I do get a coal
but you
bed,
have expanded metal, right?
Expanded metal?
Is that what your grates are? Expanded metal?
That I don't know.
Diamonds. It's diamonds.
Yes.
So like the grate.
Yes, he took a diamond grate and put that down, but then we put another grate on top of that in an opposite direction. The big bar.
So what Sean's talking about with the old country is it was a plate that had slivers cut out of it.
Yes.
And I've played with on mine, using it, not using it here and there. So it's different. You have expanded metal, even if it's doubled, it's a lot more oxygen that's going to come from underneath.
Yes.
So you're going to be fighting that.
You would do better with metal plate, Greg.
With what?
Because you'll do
metal
better
plate.
With metal plate. This will be less oxygen, and you'll actually be able to build a coal bed.
A metal plate. So you're saying remove the grate and just put like a piece of sheet metal.
Just put the sheet metal on top of your grate.
Okay, but it's just a flat surface of metal, so my coals don't drop down past the grate.
Right.
You'll use a lot less.
You're gonna have a hard time. You're gonna have a hard time creating a coal bed because when you go to mess with things, you're gonna be
100%
messing with the charcoal. You won't be able to keep the coals. You're gonna be actually knocking them down through it. So you're gonna have coals at the bottom. So it's not allowing that heat to work with each other.
100%.
So,
and so I've learned as I'm learning, because every day is a new learn, right? It takes me a good 4, 5, 6 hours to get some really good heat from my smoker because, like you said, it's falling through, even though it's double, it is falling through. And the thing don't really start to heat up and stay good and hot from those coals that have built up for some few hours. And so like you're saying that I should probably even close down because I have like slotted grates on the side. I should close down some air because I could have too much airflow going through because I feel like I got to burn a lot of wood in the beginning just to build up a good coal bed. So I'm going through a lot of wood just to say, because that was my number one issue was fire management. And I didn't start getting good cooks until I understood that I had to have like a good 4 or 5 inch coal bed. So, because my coal beds was very, very thin.
Have you thought about getting lump charcoal?
Yes,
To start
have.
out your thing?
I have.
Because
I
that
have
might
it. Mhm.
that
It's in there
for
now,
your
set up, ready for
situation,
the
because
flame.
Sean, you use charcoal on yours to start it up,
Yeah,
and
he uses
I'll
regular
do it.
charcoal.
Yeah, regular charcoal. Don't get the
Yeah.
lighter fluid one. I don't care about that. But if you get lump charcoal and get yourself get that
Mhm.
going, because what that's going to do is help get your
It does.
smoker to temp and get you a
Mhm.
good coal bed going
Mhm.
to add the
Mhm.
wood in.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
I actually, so this weekend we used B&B lump charcoal.
Well, he knows what lump charcoal he has to get.
Who does?
You,
Yeah, lump
the
charcoal.
company sells it.
Oh.
Oh, you know what? You know what, people? Yeah, PRM Barbecue. We do sell lump charcoal.
Let's
Come
go.
on down to 3719 US 90, Brookshire, Texas. Come get you some lump charcoal.
Anyway,
What was that brand? What was that brand?
It's a Gobo, Go Hobo, Gobo something.
so anyway,
You're
the B&B
fired,
lump
Greg.
charcoal, I actually liked it. It was much easier to light than I originally thought it would be. And so I think I'm going to go to that because it's definitely cheaper than the regular charcoal and it's better quality anyway.
Yeah.
So
The only problem you have is just the sizes are random. That's all. That's the only problem. And you work with that, it's fine.
With the lump charcoal sizing.
Yeah.
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 Yep. So I've got lump charcoal in there now, and a little couple small splits so I'm ready to go out there.
Look,
Throw the fire starter on there and then get going. Go ahead, Sean.
how much do you think you could get for your smoker if you put it on Facebook Marketplace tomorrow?
I don't know, man. I mean,
If you
I
had to
bought it
guess,
for
About that.
a couple $100, but I don't know what the value of the thing is.
you bought it for a couple $100.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Yeah, I bought it for $500.
that's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
know.
it's all situational. It's all regional. Like, what's the area?
Yeah, the guy didn't
Like
want
the
it. He just
area.
wanted a few bucks because he was building a new custom one. So he built it. He just
I have a suggestion for you.
Mhm.
What if you took that smoker? I think you got a couple other grills and smokers and stuff back there. I think you still got a pellet too, right?
Yep.
If I was you, man, I would take all those grills that you have that you're not using. I would take the smoker that you're using now. I would take the pellet one, and I would sell all of them, and try to come up with $2,000, 2,500, something like that. And then I would buy a much more fuel efficient offset smoker.
I agree.
So that you're not doing 17-hour brisket cooks, because I'll tell you what, if I was cooking a brisket for 17 hours, I don't think I would. I don't think I'd do it. I honestly, I don't think I could do it. I was worn out yesterday.
The 13.
And cooking it for 13 hours on that pit with all the fluctuating temperatures and everything.
Yeah.
I was worn out, man. And
Yeah.
this is coming from me. I was doing a full day of brisket, ribs, sausage, turkey. I was actually working the restaurant, slicing everything. I was telling you what, Greg, I was more worn out yesterday on a restaurant day, I swear.
You were.
And it was simply because of the efficiency of the smoker that I was using. So I'm not telling you, go spend $8,000 or $10,000 on your pit right now. You're not wanting to do that. But what I'm saying is, like, and I don't know what's available in your area, but when I go to Facebook Marketplace and I type in 200-gallon or 250-gallon smoker, there's tons of them that come up.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
There's a lot of pit builders who are building them. And like I'm looking at some that they're selling for 3,500.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at one right now. They want 3,200 for this one. There's a 250 they're selling right here, 3,500. And I mean, they're nice pits. Here's one. This is a. I mean, they're not a PRM, but they're nice for the price. Here's a 250 gallon pit. He wants $3,000 for
Mm-hmm.
on wheels.
Oh yeah, I see. Yeah, yes.
You come up with 1,500 or whatever you can come up with from selling your pits, and then you know maybe you have to spend an extra 500, 1,000, 1,500 out of your pocket to pick something up like this. That's going to just be a much more efficient cook for you. Because if you could drop your cooks from 17 hours down to 12, 13, that's going to make a hell of a difference for your quality of life.
And I noticed that it literally, I guess it was like 3 hours for my smoker to get to a decent temperature. It took, now, I mean, looking back on it, I was like, wait, why did it take 17 hours? Well, for the first 2 hours for sure. I was
It
like,
shouldn't be taking you that long. You got to
I
put
was-
more product. You got to put more fuel in there up
I got to
front.
put more fuel in it.
Yeah,
I was
you're
struggling
trying to.
just to get to 200.
You know, you could like for me when I start mine, I'm gonna do a log cabin like 3 high. Now, granted, I'm still dealing with having smaller wood because I cut mine. All the wood I have is all cut to for the Brazos size. So, but I'm still starting with charcoal that's already lit and then stacking 3 high because I don't want to sit 2 hours waiting for this thing to heat up. So you got to use more fuel up front because you shouldn't be spending more than an hour to get almost to 200. If you're taking that much longer, like you're just adding more time to your
Yeah.
time wasted.
I think you should really take a look at my advice that I just gave you because I think it would relieve a huge headache. Your pits just sucks. It's just not efficient.
Yeah, no.
You're doing the volume that you could justify it. I mean,
Yeah,
volume,
that's
don't plan.
true.
Like
I was
said,
happy with it because I can do volume. I can do, well, again, probably 8 briskets on it. How many can you do on your 250?
I can do 9 with none of them touching. And
But
on the
the bottom would have dripping though,
Bottom.
right?
No. I can fit
No.
9 on the bottom racks.
Yeah, that's that
I have
because
3
you really don't
grates.
want to do it at the top.
I have 3 grates in my 250. I can fit 3 comfortably on each grate. So
yeah,
I
that's true.
would
You
say
can.
8
That's
to
true.
9. I would say 8 to depending on how
You
big
could
the
fit
brisket
9.
is.
You could fit 9.
You can fit 9 on the bottom, and yeah, you can fit 9 on the bottom. And if you absolutely had to, you just were dying to fit more, you could fit 2 more on each of the top cooking grates. So you could fit 4 more in there. So if you absolutely had to and you wanted to use those upper cooking grates too, you could fit 13.
Mhm.
So I'm showing you 2, and this is Texas, so it's different. There are plenty full out here. I don't know what California would look like, but I'm looking at 250 gallons where you'd be able to fit 8 to 9 briskets on them.
Yeah.
On Marketplace for like 2,500, $3,000, 3,500. Eli said, "You don't get an employee discount, Greg."
Not yet, man. He said I got to make some sales first.
I made some sales. I didn't get an employee discount.
You didn't come back for more. You didn't come back buying more stuff.
Not yet.
Well, you don't know if you get that discount yet or not until you go back with a new order.
No, I do. I already got a quote. I got a little discount.
But then what you complaining about?
No, I just got to get the details of Greg's contract. That's all. We'll talk about it offline. I just got to get the details of Greg's contract. That's all.
I signed a non-disclosure.
Well,
I'm sorry.
well,
But he's
I'll
going to go
speak,
to your boss.
I'll speak with my legal team and your boss. But yeah, dude, I mean, if you can find something out there on Marketplace, shit, I sell all them smokers, all them grills you got, and I go pick something up, bro.
I'm gonna look into that. I'm gonna look into that for
Because
sure.
I'm
So
telling you, right,
Sean,
as much as I love barbecue, you're not gonna get me to spend 17 hours on a brisket. I'll be asleep, bro.
yeah, no, it ain't going to happen. Like,
I was mad on that PRM event, bro. If I really dialed in my cook, I was finishing some of those briskets in 10 and a half hours. That's my fastest brisket time on that pit. And let me tell you something. There's a big difference. It doesn't seem like there's a big difference between 10 and a half and 13, 14 hours. I'll tell you.
so Greg, remember also your trim is your first line of defense. It's going to determine how your cook's going to go.
Yeah.
The whole thing about that quarter of inch on the fat cap is it'll give a good render when it gets there, but it's thin enough to where it's not going to hinder the cook. And if you actually take the time to kind of dig out that center fat some, it's going to reduce that time of cooking, like from between the two muscles. If you take out some of that thick fat, that's going to help reduce that cook time. With it being more aerodynamic and uniform, that's going to help your cook. If you got a big fat point that you didn't trim down, and you're fighting that lean, that's going to make your cooks longer.
Yeah.
So
I trim pretty consistently the same. I do that quarter-inch trim. I had a customer this week was just maybe saying, "Oh man, I love the fat. You know, can you trim just a little less fat off of it?" But I really just kind of stayed true to the way I do it and didn't really change it for this one customer.
you're not
I was
going to,
just
but you're not going to raise your price for that cost of like having to cook it longer. So no, sorry.
no,
Unless you want to order your own brisket. If you want to order a whole
Yeah.
brisket, I'll leave it fat on there. And
I'll do that for you. Yeah,
whole
right.
brisket.
Yeah,
But
I had a gentleman do a cook for me, and he didn't trim it at all. I was really upset. Like he did 3 or 4 briskets for me, and there was no trim whatsoever. I mean, it was like so much fat around the whole thing. I was like, oh, I was not pleased with that at all. I was like, nah, man, you gotta trim that. You gotta trim it down because, like you said, it didn't render all the way.
Look at what I just sent you, gentlemen, and look at the price.
On a text.
Yep. And you tell me you shouldn't sell all your shit and go pick this sucker up right now. I don't even know.
Oh yeah, that's very doable.
Are you kidding me? I don't even know how he's selling it at that price. That's wild.
Yeah, that's very doable. I love that.
it all depends on his overhead, dude. That's all.
I guess. But
Does he make these?
I literally came across my Facebook feed just now.
Yeah, he makes these.
It came across
So
my feed just
that
now.
is sitting on probably a 3,500 axle capacity, possibly. It looks like it has 5 lugs, not 6. So it's not necessarily a heavy duty axle. It is one
Single
that you're
axle.
doing. It is one axle. So that is maxing out that axle.
The lugs in the tires, in the wheels, you're saying?
Yeah, you could see it's 5 lugs, so it's a lower grade.
Is that what that means? That's how you know that?
Yeah, that's how the amount of lugs on the axles tells you the weight capacity of it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So I sent that because, like I said, I don't know this guy, but it just came across my feed, and I was like, bro, like there's so many deals out there. I don't know how well. I mean, it looks pretty decent quality to me. It's certainly going to be way better than what you're using now.
Yeah.
And you kind of bridge the gap between getting what you really want.
I wonder if that box is insulated on this. It looks like it is.
I don't know. Send him a message. You got his page now.
Yeah, I will. Hope this doesn't get me fired.
I agree with Sean, or keep one or two that you know you might use. Yeah. Yeah. But I gave that suggestion because I know you weren't really trying to put more money into it right now. But that would be a way to kind of bridge the gap and still get better performance.
Mm-hmm.
You're smoking quite a bit of meat, like you're doing a lot, and I know it would be worth it for you to have some of that time back and some of that headache back, and you're going to get a better.
So that's poles, and that's going to be a 6-lug axle. That's a heavy duty axle. In comparison to what the other one was. The other one was like a utility trailer that you could probably put a couple, like 1,200 pounds on, maybe, if that. But this one that he just had was a 6-lug, and that's probably good for a ton, because my utility trailer is a 2-ton utility trailer, and it's got 2 6-lug axles. So it makes it a 2-ton. So a 6-lug axle is probably a 1-ton, and that was a 5-lug. So that might be good for, like, I don't know, 800. I don't have the specs in front of me. So, but it's a lower grade axle for the same amount of weight.
But for the price,
Yeah.
might be all right.
So what's that axle? What am I going to notice in a heavy duty axle versus a light duty axle for transporting the grill from, like, Texas to here, or around the corner?
Well,
what is that going to do for me when I go to put wood and a table and an ice chest and stuff like that, when I add another 300 pounds?
So Paul will tell you that he can travel at 80 miles an hour with his Overlander with no problem. It's more stability when you're traveling, and it's more that you can put on the trailer itself. So I'll tell you, if you load that trailer up with a bunch of stuff with that 5-lug axle, you're probably going to wreck it. It's going to make it unstable, and it's not going to hold the weight because you're already maxed it out with its current dry load.
Okay.
So when you start adding other stuff, you're increasing it. Just won't have that capacity for it.
Okay, so what is the terminology I'm looking for on when it's not 5 lugs? When it's
so the more lugs is a heavier duty of an axle. It's designed to take more weight. And
a dual axle would mean that I would have 4 tires on the trailer.
Yeah.
Which the Overlander doesn't have 4, does it?
Yeah. So it does. He will make
if
either
you get the double axle. Yeah, okay. He'll make
a single or a double. When I talked to him, because I had him quote me for an Overlander package to convert mine and put it on an Overlander, and he was asking me about what I wanted and whatnot, and we talked about it, and I said, hey, he asked me, am I going to add anything to it, like the barbecue box or the pizza oven, XYZ, right? The stove, like all those little add-ons he can do. He was like, he asked me if I wanted any of that stuff. And I said, no, I just want the smoker on there. And I want obviously the wood storage that comes there. And he said, well, if that's all you're going to do, and you're just going to use the wood storage, and the smoker on there, he was like, then there's not really a reason for you to get the double axle. The single axle will be fine. So that's what I'm going with. So it'll be 2 wheels. It'll still be the Overlander package, but it'll be 2 wheels instead of 4.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm looking at the text message now. He said tandem axle or single axle. I said, whichever one you suggest. And he said, do you plan on adding any other cooking units on the trailer in the future? And I said, no, sir. And he said, I'd say a single is more than enough. I'd also convert the smokestack to a folding one. So all he's going to do is I don't know all the metal work that's involved with it as far as removing the skids and putting it on there or whatever, but remove the skids, put it on the overlander package, and convert the smokestack to a folding one, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, you just cut it and
Yeah.
redo it. It's gonna have to have touch-up paint done to it, since it is painted. Because he's also gonna paint the trailer more than likely.
Yep.
Hey, so just kind of jumping to another topic, back to a topic of the ribs for a second. After I've wrapped in the foil for 45 minutes and I've taken them off and put them in my Cambro, is there a problem with me putting them in butcher paper letting them sit in butcher paper for the evening? Is that going to dry them out? Or do I want to keep them in foil for the evening?
You want to keep them in foil. Foil holds moisture.
Okay.
The butcher paper is not going to hold your moisture.
Okay.
It's the aluminum foil is going to hold moisture, and it's going to keep it much hotter than the butcher paper. Air just go right through that butcher paper.
And then so now it's like, all right, I got to order up, and I go to slice into my ribs, and I'm looking at them, and they're like super moist. They're they're done at 135, but they're looking like real pink. They're looking like they're not done, but technically they are.
That's just the smoke.
That's the smoke.
Oh, okay.
That's just the smoke. And since you don't have an insulated box, that's what I was saying earlier. Is I forgot since I've been using that PRM pit. When you have an insulated firebox, you don't get as much smoke. That is a fact.
Oh,
I had people tell me that before I got it.
When you don't have an insulated firebox, you don't get as much smoke.
No.
Sorry. Say it again.
A non-insulated firebox is going to produce more smoke.
Oh.
Than an insulated firebox. Now,
you know why?
Give us the science, TJ.
Because you're going to burn more fuel. So you're going to burn more wood. So it's going to burn faster because it's not going to, you're going to be trying to
keep
that temperature maintained. So you're going to add more fuel. The whole purpose of what Paul does is he wants it to be efficient, because he said you could spend $20,000 on that smoker, but over its lifetime, you're going to spend so much more on the fuel that why not make it as efficient? So you're going to use more fuel, so you're going to have more smoke that's going to go across it.
Yeah, because
you're
burning up so much wood.
I am.
Keep your temperature to where you want it.
Just to be able to keep it to where I want it.
For us, we have to be cognizant of every log that we put on our pits. We have to be intentional about, because one log could send our temperature way up because of that insulated firebox. Like our coal, because the coals is what gives you the heat, and our coals just sit there on the bottom of that insulated firebox, and they just stay lit for freaking ever.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to have more smoke in an insulated box, you're going to actually have to remove coals and put wood in.
Yeah.
So for me, my coals die out, because they're on a grate and it's not insulated. So my coals are dying out, and I don't have to take coals out, whereas you guys do, because it's sitting at the bottom and it's insulated. So they're gonna stay alive.
If we needed more smoke,
I'm
happy with the level of smoke.
If you wanted more smoke, I got you saying you take out the coals, leave the burning wood, and go on there from there.
For me, since I primarily cook brisket, if you smoke anything with wood for 12 hours, it's gonna have enough smoke. Mm-hmm. Now, for the other meats, though, like the ribs, I'm not gonna lie to you, I loved the smokiness on the ribs that we cooked yesterday. Like, in the redness of the actual meat, man, it took me back. I was like, dude, This is awesome.
Yeah, you did mention that quite a few times, and you've never
But I
really
can
mentioned that.
remedy that if I stop being lazy and doing a
Quick,
hot,
fast.
fast cook, and I put it on the other side of the pit and I cook it for 6 hours instead of 3.5. I'll get more smoke. So there's that.
So I mean, yeah, I mean, now I lost my train of thought. To be honest with you.
Hope Smoke said that's why most of these places I've seen remove coals on their insulated boxes, then add more wood. Yep, that's exactly what you
So
did.
remember, Truth Barbecue did that when
They
we
did.
went
They
there.
were doing that when they were doing that when we were there.
They were removing coals so they could add wood.
They were.
That's
Yep.
what my train of thought was. They were removing coals so they could add wood because they wanted more smoke.
Yep.
Yep.
What's
Okay.
up, Paul? He's in the chat, man.
Oh, okay, boss got online.
We sent the bat signal out and Batman appeared. Look at that.
He did get my text message then.
Wait,
Just-
you called him?
I mean, he did get my call then.
Nah, TJ texted him. You're bugging.
Oh, TJ texted him.
You're bugging. Hope said those PRM smokers y'all have are super efficient, so you can run on radiant heat with the coals just staying lit for a long time. Yes, 100%.
Yes. Yeah, we specialize in commercial barbecue smokers.
This
So-
Paul, please hop on the panel. Your newest employee, Gregory James. I don't know, man. This guy's saying some things. I don't know.
Hey,
Oh.
Paul's gonna go back and watch the stream, and he's gonna catch up, and he's gonna realize.
No. That's a busy man. He's not gonna go watch the stream. He's gonna hop on the panel and he's gonna find out what's really going on. He's gonna find out what's really going on.
He knows that we are the leader in professional barbecue pits and casters on skids on trailers with Santa Marias, charcoal
Paul,
starters.
Paul, we've got
it all.
We need you
Wait,
to come.
what charcoal do y'all sell there?
Huh?
What charcoal do y'all sell there?
We sell the best charcoal that there is available on the market.
I keep hearing this weed
Briquettes?
stuff. I keep hearing this
Briquettes,
weed
right?
stuff. What's going on?
Do y'all sell briquettes?
It's fuel. Just put it like that. It's fuel.
I'm just trying to figure out, like, are you under an NDA? Where did this employment contract come from? I just keep hearing a lot of weed. I keep hearing a lot of
They're
weed
hating on the fact that I'm selling PRM barbecue day in and day out. I die for this. I will die for this PRM for sure, bro.
You know,
Like, we got the best direct cooker barbecue boxes. We got the
Uh-huh.
best ovens by PRM Barbecue Co. We offer cabinet smokers, Santa Maria grills.
he's on the website. He's on the website right now reading off.
Yeah, he still doesn't know what charcoal they sell.
I'm looking for it. I can't find it. I've seen it before. It's a BOGO or something. Buy one, get one right now. The
What's
first,
going on, man?
the first 50 callers.
The first 50 callers. You hear that? You hear that, Paul? He's giving away free stuff on behalf of your company right now. That's the guy you hired. All I asked for was an affiliate link. And then Paul goes behind my back and hires Brisket Daddy as a 1099 and gives him the authority to give away free charcoal.
I'm not necessarily 1099. It's commission.
It's really going on,
It's commission. I got to sell pits. If I don't sell pits, I don't make a dime.
bruh. Now,
I
Paul,
gotta-
what's
I gotta
going on?
sell
You
pits.
hiring out-of-state remote labor now? I'm confused. You got to support your Texans, your fellow Texans. Man.
Hey, it's 2026, baby. We making bigger moves, bigger and better moves.
This guy.
You know, if we stay local, you know, we can only grab the talent that's around us. But
You-
I'm gonna take us international. I'm gonna get us added. I'm gonna let us thrive and live in Texas. But
uh-huh.
I'm gonna take us all the way across the country, both sides,
Eli,
Sacramento to New York.
Eli wants to know where you're located, where y'all are located at, Greg.
We're in Brookshire, Texas.
Can you be specific?
Highway 90. I mean, is he coming by?
He might.
He's a lot closer than you.
Yeah, man, come on down. We're in Brookshire, bro. 3719 Highway 90E.
Yank Down Under Barbecue. What's up, man? Hope you're doing well. Glad to have you in the stream. Paul said, "Yep, $10.99."
Got to sell them. He said, you got to sell pits. I'll get you paid, but you got to sell pits.
That's what he told you, huh?
Not looking for a handout, not looking for any kind of affiliate. We go on the real deal. Sell pits.
Yeah.
Bring in that cash flow.
I'm going to keep it 100. I can sell some pits.
Well, come on,
We already seen that.
Let's make it.
I wake up before 10 a.m. too.
You're only one
like
pit.
California friend.
You're only one pit in front of me. I got. Yeah, you only person you got led is Timmy here. I got other.
Negative, Ghost Rider. Negative. TJ bought one. First of all, I bought one. TJ bought one. My boy Radimus bought one.
Radimus did buy. Okay, you're two.
And then there's one other guy I cannot remember. I have to go back through my archives. I got to go back through my text messages.
Mm-hmm.
I got to go back through my Instagram DMs. And I got at least one other guy who either called or he placed an order. I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
I got to go back. So you like 3 pits behind me. I'm the sales leader right now.
But what's most important is that we all realize.
How you doing, Paul?
Is that we all realize that PRM Barbecue Pit is the pit that we all need.
Hold on,
we appreciate
Let him talk.
Paul, we need you to set the record straight because you need to let this man know. Paul keeps good records, okay? Paul keeps good records. I know he does.
Oh, yeah.
He got all the paperwork. He knows how many pits I done sent his way. He knows. They say, hey, yeah, I seen Sean from Kirby's. They got a PRM pit. Let me get a quote on this. Let me get a quote on that. He ain't had nobody from Brisket Daddy Barbecue reach out. So I don't want to hear none of that.
We're working on it. We start
it's progress,
right here.
Man. It's progress.
It starts at home, right? One day at one stream at a time.
Yeah, sir.
How are you this weekend?
Oh, pretty good, man. Just been staying busy is all. Ready to get back to it on Monday morning, though. That's for sure.
Bright and early. That's how we roll.
Oh yeah, yeah. We got building a cabinet cooker, man. I haven't built one of those in about a year and a few months. So I'm gonna be rehashing that build. But it's a really cool unit. So that's what I'm working on this week coming up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So can you update us on Brisket Daddy's employment contract?
Yeah. So I haven't seen the DocuSign come through yet.
But
I was trying to see what is under a 1099 miscellaneous. What's below that?
So Paul.
No, you good,
right,
Greg. I appreciate you, Greg. We got you high on the list, man. You actually just took out a life insurance policy on you as a key man.
Paul, you're gonna have to work on your onboarding because the man cannot answer the charcoal cell.
I can't find it on the website, man.
No, man, that's an inside thing. I'm on the with Sean and Greg and TJ. There's Ruthie back there chucking the dude. She's wondering who I'm talking to at this hour.
She gave us a what's up.
This is the really the better half of me, guys.
I remember
all
her
y'all out there. Yeah. She's the one that makes it happen. She's the real boss behind PRM. So I have to ask her about your employment, Craig. Have you seen that paperwork come to your desk yet?
It was a 1098. It was a 1098.
1098. I'm not even sure. I'm on the payroll, man.
Right. I know how that is. So, hey, what's your thoughts on the single axle and dual axle? And how does a person make a decision on when we see a smoker online and it's got, 5 bolts and a single axle? And
Yeah.
what should we be looking for when we're wanting to be getting down the highway at 80 miles an hour?
His
Well,
website,
man,
that's what you should be looking for.
So I mean, I built my trailers like very robust, right? And I used to build trailers too back in the day. I built some early on, but the if you're gonna go from a single axle to a tandem axle, I'm gonna ask you questions. I'm gonna ask you if there's additional units you want to buy on that. Um, there really isn't the biggest difference I would say though. Obviously, is weight capacity, but outside of that, it's going to be properly weighted. So if you go with like a 500-gallon smoker pit, it's going to be automatically it's a tandem axle just because of the weight, right? You can get by on a 325 and down on a single axle, but if you're going to add other cooking units on there, or you're going to go to a trailer frame that we have, it's called the super wide. The super wides are going to automatically go to a tandem axle just because of the width of the trailer for that added stability, right? Because you don't want to be swaying down the highway. But I position the smoker pit appropriate to where it needs to be on the axle, even when it's single. So it really depends. Like if you don't have any intentions on adding any other units in the future, then just go with the single axle. Don't spend the extra money because it's going to be more money on the trailer. It's going to be more money on tires, not just the first go around, but it's going to be more money on tires when you get ready to replace those. Now, I tell most people you're probably going to age your tires before you mile them out, okay, on a trailer. So, 6 to 7 years is the max life of trailer tires just because of dry rot. So if you get a trailer and you get a tandem axle and you're just really not towing it anywhere, it's just a waste of that extra weight rating. Plus, you're going to spend more money on tires. So it really depends. But if you're going to add other units to it, you definitely want more stability. So
So are your single axle units, are they, TJ, are they heavy duty or
So,
what?
Paul, you use a 6 lug, and if I'm not mistaken, that's like a ton, equivalent to a ton
well,
axle.
so the only time I use a 6 lug is on 1,000 gallon. So even
Okay.
even the 500s, they're gonna go what's a 5-on-5. So it's a 5 lug, 5-inch bolt pattern.
Okay. So
But
I
it's
was thinking,
tandem, right? So each axle has a weight rating of about 3,500 pounds, 3,700 pounds. On our single axle units, what we do is we keep that same 3,500 pound axle, but I upgrade the single axle to a 5-leaf spring versus your 4-leaf spring. What that does or what it helps is distribute the weight across the trailer frame, especially if you have a unit that's offset, right? Meaning if you got a trailer that's got firewood storage, two things go to it: the rigidity of the trailer frame, the way it's built, because I use 2 inch by 4 inch rectangular tubing. So when that's welded together, it's very rigid. So it'll transfer that load across the trailer frame. And then, of course, the 5-leaf axle also helps to distribute that weight, so it's not too bouncy on the highway, if that makes sense.
So when we put my 250 on that single axle Overlander package, how fast am I going to be able to go on the highway?
85, 90 miles an hour, dude. Like I don't baby my trailers, man. Like I build them. I mean, obviously, the faster you go, just in general, even if you're driving a car, it's not safe, right? If something happens, because things come at you very fast. But in terms of you towing a trailer and it being behind you, I mean, even with a single axle, like I said, it's you got to have more rigid springs on it, right? So the on a single axle or like a smoker pit that's on a trailer frame that you're going single axle, it's a little bit less about the weight rating and just more about the stability side to side. So the other thing, like talking about Overlander tires, like the package that we offer Overlander, it's a much more rigid tire. And I think I mentioned this to TJ when you came to the shop when I was pointing it out on my particular unit is even on a single axle, if you go with that type of tire, it really is an upgrade in the tire just because of how rigid the sidewalls are. So when you're towing down the highway, it keeps that side to side flex that you get from a real gummy tire. So um, outside of just aesthetics, it actually is functional.
yeah.
Sweet.
Well, like Real Dog Barbecue said, Paul, at least you are willing to look in my direction versus India or Pakistan because they can't understand what I'm saying. And so I thank you for the training and giving me the trust to be able to sell your products. We love them. We love using them. And yeah, we're gonna make this happen. We're gonna get this internationally known.
There you go.
You better watch out, Paul. You gonna catch a lawsuit with Greg out there. They're gonna be out there making claims.
Right? You're gonna be like them other guys on Facebook, man. Don't be selling my pits for $1,000. Send me a $500 deposit and then come pick it up at in Brookshire, Texas, at the corner of Route Street and Highway 90. Hey, speaking of, while I'm on here and I'm on your thing, there was a guy that reached out to me and he says he sent me a message. He goes, "Hey man, are you available to talk on the phone?" Now he sent me a message through my website, and I said, "Absolutely, man. I'm always available to talk to you." Sent him my cell phone number, we got on the phone. He goes, "Hey man," he goes, "by any chance," he goes, "is there a smoker pit over there that you're selling that you're waiting for me to come pick up?" And I was like, "No, man, there ain't no smoker pit like that here." And he goes, "I didn't think so, man." He goes, "This guy wanted me to send him $1,000 and that he would hold the pit for me and I can go pick it up at the shop address." I told myself, "Well, brother, I'm glad you didn't send me any money because as soon as you showed up here, I'd tell you there ain't nothing for you." So just a word of the caution, right? Like, watch out with those scammers, man. Most people know that smoker pits like this don't go for $1,000, and no reputable builder and that's out there in the business is going to ask you for $1,000 deposit. Business doesn't operate like that for us. We got a lot of overhead and we got a lot of expense to pay for material. So we can't fund a build with 10%, you know what I mean? Or whatever you're spending. So like, just be cautious out there, folks. Like, if you start seeing some crazy stuff like that, just vet. I mean, I tell everybody all the time, man, vet me, come talk to me, get on the phone, come visit the shop. Go do that with any builder you're going to go talk to. Just be careful, man. I mean, because those guys are out there and all they want is $500, man, or $1,000. They don't even care about trying to sell you a whole pit, because as soon as you pay them any kind of dollar amount, they're gone. They ghost you forever. So
Yep. They're on headsets with red lights on their mic, and they're calling you saying, "Hey, I work for PRM. You send me $500."
Half up front, half at the it's only $1,000.
We got a question.
You do.
Real Doc
Good question.
Barbecue says, "Paul, talk about using dual 3,500 axles versus, say, a heavier 6,000-pound single axle."
So I like, if you're gonna go that direction, I mean, you can go with like a single 6,000. I've not ever done it in any of my builds. Okay, I've seen it done in other like utility trailers. The problem with when you start putting that kind of weight that can hold it on a single axle, you can still get a lot of play on the trailer frame if you don't distribute that weight correctly on the trailer. Okay. If you've got tandem axle, you have those tires that are always pulling on each other. So it's hard. If you've ever manhandled a trailer that's a single axle versus a tandem axle, and you can actually lift up the tongue of it, you will feel how hard it is to actually grab a trailer and spin it by hand. You're not going to be able to do it. It's very difficult. That same thing equates to on the road. So when you have a tandem axle, there's going to be less sway. Okay. What I'm concerned about is sway, where the trailer starts doing this. And there's a thing that's called, you don't want the tail to wag the dog, right? You want the dog to wag the tail. You get in a really bad situation towing trailers. And not to say that my experience comes, but my father was a truck driver for 45 years. I've been towing trailers for as long as I know. I mean, up to 40 feet, even helping my dad drive his trucks. And the last thing that you ever want to confront is trailer sway. Trailer sway will actually launch your tow vehicle into a ditch in no time flat. So 6,000 pound, it's not necessarily about weight. It's about side to side stability, if that makes sense. The thing is with smoker pits, unless you get a super slim, which is just a smoker on a trailer, no storage, they're always going to be offset, right? So you effectively have all that weight just to one side of the trailer. You have to build the trailer frames very rigid, and you have to have that stability. So it just really depends on what we're doing. So, like I said, anything that is 500 gallons and up is always going to be a tandem axle. 35. I actually use 3,700 pound axles is what I get what they're rated at. The only time I've ever used a 6,000 pound axles. I don't know if y'all guys remember when I built a pit for Amther. It was an enclosed trailer with 500. It's a 500-gallon smoker enclosed trailer.
That's
The
a
one I
roof
just
one.
did
Oh, we've seen
at
that.
the end
We've
of
seen
at the
that.
end of the year.
At the end of the year, that was beautiful.
Yeah, so that one had 2 tandem 6,000 pound axles on it. That was because the frame was very heavy. And then that one, every 2 feet, I had it with 4-inch C channel beams across, and then it had actually what they call heavy floor plate as the floor of it. So super heavy. So in that case, I went with the 2 6,000 pound axles, but I've never done a single 6,000. And like I said, it has more to do with stability than weight rating.
We appreciate that. Yeah, Stephen Galloway said, Paul, thank you for informing all of us on that. It's appreciated.
Absolutely.
And then the gentleman who asked the original question, he said, he's just clarifying, said, you said you use 2x4 rectangular tubing, 10
Mhm.
gauge. Is it, I guess he's asking, is it 10 gauge, 3/16, a quarter?
Yeah. So on 500s and down, I use 11 gauge, 2-inch by 4-inch rectangular tubing. On my 1000s, I bump it up to 3/16. Yeah, which is your 0.187. So it's a really thick wall. And actually, it's not a 2x4. I use 2x6 on my 1000s and up.
2x6.
Yep.
Got it.
Yeah, it's super heavy, man.
What's going on, Snack Daddy? Welcome to
What's
the
up?
panel.
How everybody doing?
Oh, we got a brisket daddy and a snack daddy.
Yeah, it's a daddy
Nice to
world.
meet you, man. Nice to meet you. I don't know if
Nice to meet you
I've
too, man.
if I've been on
I'm gonna
here.
reach out to you.
Yes, sir. Whenever you're ready, brother. We're here for you.
Yeah, I need some with wheels.
Yeah, we got all kinds of wheels, man.
Yep. Let that be my first lead.
Okay, man. Duly noted.
Greg be forgetting who platform he on. I put
Let me get you.
all this together.
I'm gonna get you into my CRM system real quick. Make sure
Yeah.
that I can track all that.
There you go. Snack Daddy, what's up, man? Snack Daddy's a truck driver and owner operator of some trucks himself, so he knows a little
Nice.
bit about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Nice,
I've
nice,
been through it
man.
all.
Good,
Yeah,
good, man. How long you been driving?
16 years.
Oh, yeah, man. You got plenty of miles under your belt. Yeah. Well, I just helped my dad. He was a truck driver for 45 years before he passed away. But I just helped him a little bit, driving here and there. Matter of fact, the first thing I ever learned to drive was a 10-speed Freightliner before a regular car. I was 13 years old, man, when he put me behind the wheel and he's like, "Time to drive." So,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of them old school ones.
Yeah.
FLD, long nose.
Yep, just floating them gears, man. That was it.
Yeah.
Super easy to drive.
Oh yeah.
So, well, cool, man.
Everybody been doing all right?
Paul, I just want I'm loving the smoker, man. Loving it.
Thank you, brother.
It's
Appreciate that.
beautiful equipment and works really well.
Thank you, man. Appreciate that.
Real happy with the product.
That makes me happy, man. That's what matters the most to me, man. Just I want to, and I even tell people, man. I said if I ain't building it right, let me know so I can build it right. It's always about improving as much as we can without making them more expensive. If that makes sense, right? There's like a
Right.
certain point where you can make improvements without increasing prices, and that's I try to focus on that before I ultimately have to increase. Like I think in the last year, man, I think the only thing that I've gone up in price are on my trailers, and that's only because the place where I buy my parts, they're charging me with a excise and what's it called, the excise tax and oh man, what is this thing that they're doing? The tariffs.
Tariffs, yeah.
Oh, the
Yeah.
tariffs.
So so they pretty much threw that on me. But then I tried to negotiate with them on shipping and stuff like that. So they sent it to me a little bit cheaper. But anything, like I said, the only thing that's ever gone up right now, like in the last 6 to 8 months, has been my trailers. And it's quite literally been what they charged me for the excise fee and tariff. So it's like they charged me $100 basically. So that's what they went up by $100.
Uh, so
Do y'all
Paul,
deliver, Paul? Do y'all deliver anywhere,
Um,
or
uh,
just only pick
yeah.
up?
So we use a third party service. The guy that I use, I've been using him since day one for 4 years, and all the smoker pits that we've ever had delivered by him, not one has ever had a problem. He's actually insured and bonded, and when he's insured, man, I mean, he is far exceeds the amount of insurance we would ever need on smoker pits that we ship out. His name is Steve Wells. His company is called New World Auto Transport. He spent a lot of time in doing motocross back in his younger days. But his business, they actually transport high-end luxury vehicles. And when I'm talking about high-end, I'm talking like $1-2 million cars, Bugatti Veyrons, like just ridiculous stuff. But he also has a huge network to get us the best pricing on flatbed service. So on average, typically, like, I say we're centrally located in the United States to much, pretty much to each, like, coast to coast. So when we're shipping smoker pits, I've seen prices range anywhere from about $2,200 to $2,700. Which when you factor in what this units weigh and how big and how much space they take up, it's pretty decent price. Considering you stopping operations to come get it, right? So it's not the service that we offer directly through PRM, but we do, like I call him and make the arrangements, and I don't charge any more for it. It's just, I just patch you in with them when it's ready, and you just pay them whatever it is they charge. So I just do it as a service to kind of help you guys get y'all smoker pits out to you.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna be. My plan is at the end of March to get that smoker over to you.
Okay.
That's the plan. End of March.
Yeah, man. Let me know.
About 6
What we could do is I usually I have what I call my big bills, right? Like anything I do 250s and up. And then in between those bills, I try to schedule like a day and a half for smaller things. It's like if someone just orders a barbecue box or a Santa Maria, or like in your case, if you want to do a trailer, typically what I would say is, hey man, like we'll schedule you out, right? And we'll get it built. And when it's built, because I pretty much know how the trailers, I don't need to have the smoker just yet. But then that way I get that smoker there and I can have that smoker there the least amount of time, put on the trailer, and then right back to you. And anyway, since you live close by, it's not that hard of a drive. But for some people that are like, man, they're 5 hours away or 8 hours away, I try to make the arrangement. Yeah, like TJ. But like if TJ was saying, hey man, I want to put this smoker pit on a trailer, like let me build a trailer. When I'm a day away or something like that, bring the smoker pit out, and then literally while it's out here, if he wants to wait like an hour or two, go get a lunch, I would schedule it to where we'd get that smoker pit onto that trailer frame, and then unless if that's all we were doing, but if
That's
there was
all
going
it
to be,
is, an hour or two.
well, I mean, if it's just a straight onto the trailer, yeah. I mean, if you're gonna want it painted, I would paint it before it gets here. So effectively on skids, I would just need to lift it up, cut the skids off, get the mounts welded on, set the smoker onto the frame. So yeah, I would say about 2 hours, give or take, and then just a little touch up paint. But it helps if we schedule it, so that. Yeah, because the thing is, I have all my dimensions, right? So it's like I don't need to have that unit with me to know, oh, I have to build a trailer like this. So I do repeatable, right? So I tell everybody we do custom catalog customization, which means that everything I build is repeatable, and I don't deviate from the measurements. I mean, there's like some variances in like the tanks, but it's it's little, it's just very little, like it's almost nothing, but all the dimensions are pretty much there. So.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So we'll schedule that. It'll be. I have some money for you at the end of March.
Oh
Don't
yeah.
forget you gotta get your smokestack switched out too, so that's gonna add to it.
Oh, that would add some time too, because we would need to make it into a folding stack. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I forgot about that. So like with TJ, since you already got the folding stack, it would literally be like, hey, I'm knocking off the skids and building a trailer. But yeah, that would add a little bit of time too. Not too much, but yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, it would definitely be one of those things that if you brought me the smoker in the morning and we scheduled it, I'd probably be calling you at the end of the day and saying, hey man, you can come pick up your smoker tomorrow, kind of deal.
Okay.
Like if you want a real safe bet, right? So
Right. Oh, you got an In and Out over there. I'll hit In and Out. I'll hit the mall.
there you go. Well, man, I got some plans. I'll kind of give you a little filler here, but I got some plans for setting up a really cool, unique thing in the showroom. I'll kind of divulge some information as I go, but what effectively I'm trying to do is I want to make PRM an attraction, basically. So I want people to come visit the showroom on purpose. And of course, y'all guys have been, and y'all always know that when y'all come to the shop, man, I give y'all guys a tour. I show you around the shop. It's not very big, but I think it's cool to kind of see behind the scenes.
I was there for 2 hours and I drove all the way out there, the 15
Hmm.
hour round trip.
Yeah, you did, man.
But I was there for like 2 hours hanging out. You showed me everything, told me stories, and I appreciated it all.
Yeah, man. Well, I hope you got your fill. Like, I don't want people to come out and think that I'm just trying to load them up and rush them out. I don't
Oh
believe in
no.
doing business like that. I want everybody to feel special. I want y'all guys to know that I care about y'all. And that you support my business. So I tend to roll out the red carpet, man. I mean, I only got black carpets, but the proverbial red carpet, I will roll it out for you all the way from the front door to the back. So.
So, Paul, are you doing anything this year at the rodeo? Are you partnering with a tent this year, or you got
I
any?
am. I am. So, quite literally, or maybe just a little bit more than 2 years ago, we partnered up with Lone Star Cowboy Cookers for 2 years. We did last year, so that's year one, and then we're also sponsors this year. So we're what they call a gold level sponsor. Um, so obviously you paying for that, right? But we'll have, they have one of our 1,000 gallon smoker pits, and then we'll be there all 3 days. Basically rubbing elbows with the people there. But yeah, we're definitely gonna be there, man. It's very exhausting to go all 3 days, but it's one of those situations where you got to take advantage. You know,
Yep.
of talking to people, kind of getting your name out. It'd be like anything, if you go to a vendor showcase, and you are catering, you want to be out there, right? You want to network. So that's kind of what we go out there to do, is to network, right? So of course I'll bring Ruthie with me. She's my she's my biggest supporter, but I talk to her about the business all day, every day, and so she knows it really well. And then if we can get Greg 100% on talk about the business, yeah, maybe we'll fly him out on his dime. I mean,
Yeah.
no, but yeah, we spend a lot of time there. So that is one thing I do have coming up here. But what is it? I think it starts end of February. This one cook off,
It's coming up quick.
or March or something like that. Yeah.
Well, anything I can do to help, let me know. I'm definitely be making it out to the rodeo
Yeah.
for that weekend. In what capacity, I'm not sure, but if I can be a helping hand,
I'll give you a call, man.
shaking hands, doing whatever, I don't care.
Yeah, I'll give you a call, brother. I might have something for you, so I'll give you a buzz. And I know Real Doc says he'd love to come tour. Man, come out and tour, man. I always encourage everybody to come out. Don't I'll tell you, I'll be honest with you, man. I'm always busy every day, man. I'm always busy. So, like, if you call or message me and I don't pick up the phone right away, or I will get with you. But don't ever think that y'all guys are taking up my time. My biggest thing is establishing relationships with you guys. And really the building comes second place. So when people come to visit, I do step away from my work and I will take the time to talk to you and show you around. So yeah, definitely I encourage everybody to come out. And if you go out to other builders too, man, I'm not one of those guys that's all haterade, man. If you go out to other builders, like I'm just saying, vet other builders too, right? If you're in the market to buy a smoker pit, just obviously we all depend on social media and the internet to get our name out. But when you get ready and you get serious, just go vet everybody you talk to that you think you want to buy from. We definitely all appreciate that.
Awesome. And what's your lead time look like right now, Paul?
I just added some bills, man. And I'm sitting at about the beginning of June.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm sitting at right about the beginning of June. Yeah.
So you got work, man.
I got work, brother. I ain't complaining, man. I love to pay bills.
That's what's up.
Yeah, no, man, I'm grateful, man. I'm grateful that when we keep it steady, like right now I'm building by myself, so I did have some help. And that help left back in September, and I just kind of decided, you know what, I'm going to run solo for a little bit. Doesn't scare me, I think I've got a real good program, I mean, I do what I do. I mean, I work in the shop on average about 7 hours a day in the shop, so I spend about an hour and a half on the computer, doing my daily computer stuff, social media, scheduling post, updating whatever I can. Usually in the morning is when I get to emails, so, but yeah, I'm about 6 months out right now.
Cool.
Yep.
Awesome. What else we got, gentlemen? What else we got? What else do the people need to know before we wrap this thing up? We've been on for 2.5 hours, rocking and rolling. I could be on another 2.5. I don't care.
Goes fast, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
Paul, we really appreciate you hopping on too, because it adds another perspective of what we're talking about.
Absolutely, man.
Appreciate your time.
Yeah, for some reason they just can't take my word for it. They got to hear it direct from the source. So
Look, all I want,
I called the boss up, had him come get online, set the record straight.
I just
So
didn't want
now you guys know.
barbecue to get sued because for defamation or nothing crazy.
All right, because this is your channel.
Hey, I'm gonna do that lawsuit letter. Like I'm gonna do that lawsuit like them guys asking for $500. I'm gonna be ghosting them.
You never know these days. You just got to be careful. These guys get online with their fancy headsets and
one of the things I learned being in business, man, is you always got to get lawyered up, brother. Get lawyered up. That's all. Have them on retainer, have them on your speed dial, whatever it is, and don't answer no questions.
For sure.
Yeah.
So Snack Daddy, what you was asking some pretty specific questions. What's going on over there?
Not much, man. Win mops. I told you I want another build.
Okay.
I got
you already got a build currently, yeah?
Yeah. I got a smoker. It's like one part is the smoker, and then I got a rib box, and then the other side is like a charcoal grill. On the back end, I got a burner for propane.
So what you trying to build next?
Something fancy, because I kind of want to start doing competitions.
Okay.
At some point, I need something good and sturdy. I really like TJ's. TJ's kind of got me on the market, and I was like, hey, I wanted it to look like on the trailer.
Yeah. That's a good looking pit though, man. I like that red and black. It came out nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
what
loud
colors
and
would
proud.
you suggest a Brisket Daddy trailer be, Paul?
What's that?
Yellow and black.
Purple.
Hey man, you know what? I actually
the money.
Man, you know what? I would say, let me see, Brisket Daddy. I don't know, man. I feel like you need like a green one, man. Like just the color of money.
Show me the money. You ain't getting nothing until you show him the money.
You're like a $100 bill color on there, like.
Yeah, I already know. I want to go with a cobalt blue.
Yeah. I've done a cobalt blue actually. I think we did a cobalt blue.
Yeah, you just
that's the
put
color
like
I'm
I
going
just look
for.
at it.
I was
Yeah.
thinking yellow. Yellow with
You know
gray
what?
and white stripes.
I mean, I could do one for you, Greg. It's like the PRM barbecue co colors. Do a PRM barbecue co themed trailer smoker pit.
Yeah.
Does that come with
Since
an
you work for him,
Does that come with a discount?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna reach out to you, Paul. I got
No,
some ideas I want to pass to you
yeah, man. Just let me know,
on my
brother.
custom build. Like
Yeah, for sure.
I got it in my head on exactly
Sure,
what I want.
sure. Yeah, absolutely, man. Let me know, and we'll tell you what we could do and get that squared away.
Like I
But
tell
yeah,
everybody, just drop my name. Just drop my name.
You got a promo code?
I got a promo code, guys.
in the
promo
trash,
code.
in the
Tell them
trash.
Brisket
Drop
Daddy
his name
sent
in the
you.
trash.
The promo code 1099 miscellaneous
Hello?
Greg
Hello,
slash
Paul.
Greg.
You know what, Paul? I need you to engrave a KB on the bottom side of every pit that comes out of my stable.
There you go. That's the Kirby's edition.
You need to
Yeah,
put,
yeah.
Right.
a KB brand on all my horses that go out. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
we're gonna all the ones that are all painted black. Gonna call them the dark side, man,
There you
for the Death Star.
What about these backyard smokers? How do those how do those sell? How are those doing, I guess, in compared to your large
That's a good question.
250s and
I do
500s?
wonder how many of those you sell.
So I don't sell a lot of them, man. You know, the thing is when we first started the company, you know, like we built some backyard units. The thing is with backyard smoker pits, man, there's a lot of competition out there, and I don't mean from your more reputable smoker building companies. There's competition with academies, Walmarts, and Bucky's, like and hardware stores, you know, Ace and feed stores. So the thing is that most of the people that want to cook on the smaller units, unless they've been doing it for years and years and they've gained a true appreciation of the value of a smoker pit that's built, made from 1/4 inch steel, insulated firebox, included casters, 2 inch full port ball valve with tell true thermometers, cooking racks, bolt on smokestack, stuff like that. It's hard for them to justify the price, right? So when we started building, I we just quickly shifted into building commercial cookers. So we've become more known for that than anything, right? Of course, as we kind of grow our online presence, we start to get more known. So I do have a couple of backyard units that are coming up. I'm gonna be building here. Actually have a 94 scheduled here in the next few weeks. And I'm actually going to go ahead and build at the same time another 94 that's going to be basically a spec unit, and it's just going to be ready to go. It's just going to be easier for me to build them both at the same time. Um, and then I have some other smaller units, you know. So I don't sell a lot of them. I mean, I really don't. It's not been any kind of cash cow for us or anything like that, you know, because we focus more on. I mean, the last 2 years I've built more 250s than anything. It's just been a very good unit to sell, very competitive. But you know, the backyard smoker pits. I mean, in terms of how they perform, I mean, they're identical. And you know, I was checking out. I know you had mentioned that website where they had us listed, and we're one of the few builders that offers a backyard unit at that price with insulated firebox.
With the insulated firebox,
Most
correct.
of the pricing is just straight pipe or straight wall. That's it. You know, no insulation at all. So you know, that's kind of one of the things that I try to push on it. You know, they're great units, man. I mean, I light up our display model. I do light it up from time to time, and man, it cooks amazing. Like I like the way it cooks and what it churns out on the protein. You know, but it's just not been one of our biggest sellers, just because we're still getting to be known in the community. But there's just so much competition with backyard units that somebody will go buy a Traeger or they'll go buy a Green Mountain Grill or a Loco or whatever like that. First, just because of the price point, you know, and what they could do with it. But there is a big difference in how they cook still. I mean, there really is. So it's the difference between you buying a knife set from Walmart and then you actually buying one of these super high end Japanese knife sets. If you've used them, you know the difference, and it makes a big difference.
So I had bought a Brazos, which is the 1/4 inch steel
Mm-hmm.
smoker offset from Academy, and I probably did maybe a dozen cooks on it, and I find it much more easier to maintain temps on your 250 versus that.
Yeah.
And it's got the
Yeah.
quality steel. It's
Mm-hmm.
just it's smaller. And I
Yeah.
even cut all my wood to be smaller than just the logs.
Yeah.
And because you need that you have to cut it down. You can't put full logs in there. You're just gonna have spikes. No, but the 250 is much easier to cook on.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
it's not like it's a cheap. It wasn't a cheap pit. It is
No,
quarter
no.
inch. It's
Right.
not the thin metal. It isn't the insulated one because the insulated one was an additional 500 when I bought it,
Mm-hmm.
the one I
Yeah.
had. But it's still much easier on the 250.
Yeah. And like with smoker pits like those, I mean, the way they're designed and built, they really obviously you got to put out a product that works and does what it's supposed to do, because otherwise then they won't sell anymore, right? Because word will just get out. But they never really build those units, and I tell us all the time to people, man, and I say people can argue with me all they want about it, but it's the truth, because I've seen the behind the scenes with big companies, and what their objective is how do they make money and how do they make the Academy and the Walmarts of this world money, right? So they're never going to be like, well, hey, TJ, how would you like this pit to be made so that we can sell it at
Right.
Walmart? Well, if they ask the end user, then Walmart and then the guy that manufactured it, they make no money, you know? So they always build it with as as efficiently as they can. And sometimes not that they're cutting corners, but they're just leave things that sometimes don't always work together, right? Like it could be the efficiency of how it cooks, spikes or cold areas in it, stuff like that. And then longevity, you know what I mean? But it just really depends. I mean, there's not like, I mean, yeah, if you go buy, like one of those like really thin wall 24 gauge stamped metal smoker pits for like $50 at the Dollar General or $30. I mean, yeah, you're pretty much getting what you paid for, right? Um, but on the bigger units, I mean, they make a big difference, So, but yeah, but as far as backyard units, man, like Sean, like I don't really sell a lot of them, but I think as we kind of get our name more out and as we get to build more, and I have more content on it, that's probably what will help drive that. And they're faster builds for sure. I mean, they don't take the time that even a 250 takes, So
Okay. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
that
as
250.
as barbecues pushing becoming more popular, because you got the Jeremy Yoder
Hmm.
trying to sell his. You got Franklin's is trying to sell theirs. Even
Goldie's.
Goldie's is trying to sell theirs. I mean,
Yeah.
they're all $4,000 plus. I
Sure.
mean, I just don't see the markets there. I'd
Yeah.
rather
And what?
spend what I spent for the big one versus a backyard
Yeah.
one. But I'm crazy anyway, so whatever. It is what it
Yeah.
is.
And like a lot of those smoker pits that are sold like that too. I mean, a lot of it has to do with their following, right? They're just in front of more eyes. So it always goes down to best known beats best, man. I mean, I could build the best backyard smoker pit in the world, man. But if the other guys are posting or they have a higher reach just because of how long they've been doing it already, it just the law of numbers, man. They're going to sell more of them, right? So as we kind of get into that level where we start to have more reach through our social media, and it's just one of those things that's consistent. You have to be consistent every day, every day, every day until it gets into front of the eyes, right? So like again, the law of numbers. The more that you can get your name out there, the more chances of you're going to close on sales, right? So again, just kind of goes back to what Grant Cardone says, man, best known beats best. So if you see someone's smoker pit out there and it's starting to come across, like your social media pages, they're either, paying for ads or they've been doing it long enough and they got a pretty good reach, right? So that's just what we're trying to do, is just extend our reach. And I think we've done a pretty good job. I mean, I just had a guy fly in from New York City that put a deposit down on a smoker pit. I mean, he flew out here to Texas, ate some barbecue, Drove to the shop. We talked, spent about an hour here and then came back and said, man, here's money for a pit. So I think to a certain degree, we're getting our name out, if people from New York are visiting us. But I think that's just kind of how it works, right? The more you get your name out there, the more that people know about you, the more chances are you're going to close on sales. And this is for any business, right? So
And that's
exposure.
exactly what me and Paul are saying. Like we're we're expanding.
What
I literally just said this 20 minutes ago. From California to New York. You just heard the man got off the plane from New York and came on down. So like, yeah, we just
What do you order
slowly
from New
but
York?
surely-
Yeah, me and Greg, we had a meeting. We had a meeting right before this live.
That's the plan. We just getting our name out there little by little, and before you know it, it's going to be a household name. It's just that simple. It's
Yeah. Just
Out
like
of
Roomba.
curiosity, what did the guy from New York order?
it's just numbers.
What did he order?
You asking me or Greg?
Not
Oh, I don't.
asking,
Yeah, that's not my
Yeah.
sales. I only focus on my sales. Like
Yeah.
Paul's
He
got his clientele. I got my clientele. I just
Yeah.
bring them right on over.
There you go. He ordered a 325 gallon smoker pit with the
325.
standard storage
Mhm.
Overlander
bolt.
trailer.
Locking
Yeah.
bolts,
Yeah.
foldable stack.
Yep.
Come on, guys.
with a clear coat finish. No, black trailer frame, clear coat finish on the smoker pit. But yeah, so you'll be seeing a 325 Overlander here pretty soon. Well, I say soon. You'll be seeing it at the beginning of June.
Later.
Yeah. In the summer of 2026.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah. But we got a pit on board from David Slaughter of Slaughter's Barbecue.
Oh yeah, that's right. We were talking about that the other day.
And they're on a top 50. So they just hit a top 50 on this go around. And he makes amazing food, man. That guy is thing that I've had that was the best there was a brisket boudin balls. So, yeah, super good. They're really good. Hey, by the way, Sean, after I had your brisket chili,
Uh-huh.
I was inspired and I did a screenshot of the ingredients you posted, and I was gonna go and do it, ingredient by ingredient, but then I found I had this chili dynamite stick in the pantry that had been sitting there for a few years, and so I had some brisket that I had cooked, and it was vacuum sealed in the freezer. So I put all that stuff out, man, some fresh onion and tomatoes, and made some brisket chili after I was inspired by yours, man. It was so good. I had to have it again, but I was on vacation, so I wasn't driving from New Braunfels back to Kirby's Barbecue,
Yeah.
But it was good, man. Just to let you know.
Good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. See, I've been very generous with my recipes. I sell my rib glaze for $5. I just like to share. I like to get good food out there. I don't mind sending out recipes.
Yeah.
I'm not that,
Send me
I'm
a
not
glaze.
that guy that'll keep all the trade secrets.
There you go.
I spread the love.
I need a good glaze.
I got you. Go ahead and Venmo or Zelle me $5. I'll send you my glaze recipe.
I'll give it to you for $4.
Anybody going for 350?
No, I got you. I'll text you.
He'll send it to you. He sent it to me. Everybody, I made a mistake. I made an honest mistake. No, I lied. I
Hey,
just straight up.
so
He sent it to me.
I got to jump off, guys. Y'all have a great night. I appreciate it. I got to go take care of something.
Can't
All
take
right.
the
Well,
heat,
good
huh?
night.
Can't take
There's
the
not
heat.
talking to you, TJ.
Y'all have a good night.
Good night, man. We're almost done. We're getting off too.
We're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna wrap it up here very, very, very shortly. Again, Paul, I appreciate you hopping on your Sunday night.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna get that pit over to you. I already talked to the wife. She approved.
Hey, man, if the wife approves, don't ask again. Just get it done.
Yeah,
It's like,
it's gonna take me 60 days to get some money together, but
no, you're all right, man. Just we'll get you scheduled in. Just let me know. And like I said I got some big bills, but I'm trying to squeeze in days between that. I say I'm out 6 months, but I try to be a little gracious on myself too, just to kind of recharge my batteries a little bit, you know. But I would rather over deliver and under promise, you know. So, but that's what I'm saying. Just let me know. We get you scheduled in though. We'll get you in there.
Perfect. Let me know on the rodeo too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come through.
So before
Yep,
we
yep.
go, just for the record, so Sean and everybody in the world can hear this.
Mhm.
Are you giving me a cease and desist order?
Well, you gotta help this. Look, I'm not telling you to discount your product, but you gotta help this man out. He told me his last brisket cook took him 17 hours.
We
I couldn't-
17 hours.
and so I did a cook with. I know you came in late. I did a cook with the boys barbecue reviews.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Uh-huh.
I went over to their house in LaPorte, and we did a brisket cook on their pit.
Hmm.
Man, I've been spoiled, Paul. I've been spoiled.
Mm.
We were on hour 13 when we finished, and I
Oh my
felt,
God.
man, I was like, dang. On your pit, Paul, the fastest time I got a brisket done was about 10 and a half hours.
Yeah. That
And
sounds about right.
And I'm like,
Dang.
10 and a half, and I'm out.
Yeah. That sounds about right, man.
That thing up, throw it in the warmer. I'll be back in the morning. But we were at hour 13 wrapping up, and man, I was exhausted.
Hmm.
Greg's over here at 17 hours.
I'll tell you one thing though, Greg, man, I'll tell everybody this. I said, dude, money is attracted to speed. So if you can get it done fast, you
Yep.
get paid even faster.
Yep. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We will.
Well, I mean, that's good. I'm glad to hear that though, Sean. I mean, you know, that makes me feel good about my product, but I know like in the end, the end game is how do I help you guys out, right? And if I build y'all a pit that can do that, that can yield good product, then your yield loss is a lot less, you know? So that's really what it's about, man, because at the end of the day, I mean, it's like, I mean, heck, unless you're Terry Black, how many smoker pits are you actually buying?
Right.
You know, ain't nobody like those guys, man, where they're buying, you know, 6 smoker pits at a time for every restaurant. You know what I'm saying? But
Which
yeah,
he's opening that new fancy place in Houston.
yep.
You seen that?
Who's that again?
Terry.
They're building a Terry Black's in Houston.
Oh, they are.
You look it up. It's gonna.
Okay.
From what I saw, it's gonna have like an apartment complex attached to it. Like it's supposed to be like legit.
Wow, that's something else, man.
And then Pinkerton's is opening their new location.
I did see that.
on
I just recently saw that.
Yep.
So they're trying to come in here into Grant's territory.
Mm-hmm.
Grants and Killings.
Yep.
Well, hey, it's all right, man. It's all good. But yeah, man. You know, I'm glad to hear that though. I'm glad to hear. But yeah, Greg, you just let me know, man. We'll get you squared
sir.
away, brother. We'll get that thing to California, man.
Easy. Yep. Yes, sir. We sure will.
I
I'll
told
pick it
him,
up for you, Greg.
he sells his house in California and he moves to Texas, he'll have less taxes, and he can use that tax refund to go get himself a pit. With what he spends in California on housing, that man could get a badass crib down here in Texas and a small pit.
That's true. You just better be ready for them taxes every year.
And,
That's one thing them Californians forget though when they come to Texas.
Property.
Every time the property taxes.
Mhm.
Yeah, our property taxes adjust every year, brother. I know in California they stay stable on the price of the house when you bought it. Is that right, Greg?
Yes.
Yeah. So I got a friend of mine, his dad bought a house back in the 70s, and I swear this guy pays like $800 a year on property taxes, man. Even though the house and the land he lives on is valued at like $1 million.
Mm.
They reassess ours every year.
Yep.
Terry Black,
So you
Central.
you buy your house this year for 300,000, man. In about 5 years, it might be like 600, and you paying taxes on that.
Yep. Oof. Yeah.
So
No.
that's the
No.
only thing that hurts with Texas.
A $6.5 million restaurant and hotel.
I can't hear Greg for some reason on my end.
Uh oh. Can you
I-
guys hear me?
I can hear you.
I hear you.
Okay. Yeah. 6.5 million.
I can't hear him at all on my side.
No?
Kind of weird.
Okay. It's okay. It's okay. You let him know, Sean. $6.5 million.
I guess that 1099 got revoked. There it goes.
Can you hear me
There
now?
you go. I can hear now. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I was just looking at that tag, that line, Central Texas Barbecue Hotspot, Terry Black's Barbecue, coming to Houston with a $6.5 million restaurant and hotel.
Wow.
So not apartments, a hotel.
It's a
Yeah.
hotel.
That's a big old loan, brother.
It's a big loan.
And
That's man, you're working to pay that off.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
I
That's
saw
good.
the concept art. I don't know if you're seeing that, Greg, but I saw the concept art not too long ago, and it's going to look pretty awesome.
No, I haven't seen it just yet.
Well, if he makes his money back on the apartment rentals, if he gets fully booked on that, that's going to pay for whatever overhead the restaurant has,
Yeah.
And that's a smart way to do it. I mean, if you can look up additional sources of income to supplement like the main business of it, or like something, utilities, whatever, that helps a lot.
So, what do you know the details with these barbecue tents on how it works? Like as far as getting a tent, like say, like we get my 250 on this trailer,
Mm-hmm.
and then I want to do a tent next year
At Houston Rodeo.
Yeah, how does that work?
So it's actually a little more complicated than that.
I figured.
Yeah, that I'll break it down to you. So first off, there's going to be cook-off teams, right?
Uh-huh.
Typically, by the time a cook-off team gets to Houston Rodeo, they've already competed for years, and they've also have competed that current calendar year or that consecutive calendar year in IBCA competitions because they have to earn points.
Okay.
So every time you compete, you earn points for turning in brisket, ribs, chicken, whatever, right?
Mhm.
And then sometimes what the teams do in order for them to even get in or to be considered, they will team up and they will put their points together, right? Now, that's just one side of it, and it takes a while. It's if you wanted to get into the rodeo, like say right now, you wanted to dedicate money and time to get into the rodeo, and you wanted a tent, it's going to probably be about 5 to 6 years before you get in. The only way you get in there before that is how much money you're willing to cough up. On average, each tent, even the smallest tents, are
Mhm.
about $120,000 just to even set up. Okay. So what you end up seeing is these tents get sponsors, right?
Yeah.
And they'll come and say, "Hey, man, can you sponsor us at a silver level, gold level, platinum level, diamond, double platinum, whatever?" And when they get all that money goes to renting the space,
Yeah.
putting up the tent, banners, and whatever. And then that's how these guys get those tickets, right? So you can buy a ticket to get into the cook-off grounds. And when you get in there, there's the main stage is free. And then there's also with your ticket, it includes getting into the main line that just serves like chopped beef sandwiches.
Sure.
But if you want tickets inside an individual tent,
Yep.
you have to be given a ticket, or sometimes some places will allow you to buy tickets, but typically you got to be somebody or you got to be a company that's sponsored. And so like in my case, we're gold, and I kind of split my tickets up over 2 years to kind of keep my annual expense down. But like I have a certain allotment to me that I have of tickets, they could be VIP, excuse me, or they could be regular, just, tickets that get you in and get you the free meal. But if you want to go in, is have your tent, it really boils down to you are a competition team because that's the main purpose behind it. But in order for you to afford it, you're going to have either one really super rich sponsor,
Yeah.
or you're going to have multiple sponsors that would add up to what it would cost for you to be able to get in there. And if you don't have the money, they just don't let you in because they want to attract a certain amount of people. So,
Well, I've been to several of those tents. I've gotten tickets for a couple of different tents in the past. And obviously, like you said, some of them are smaller than
yeah.
others. Some of them are pretty big, right? Everything in between. What's the incentive for the guys actually doing it? The one, because as far as like you said, some of the tickets are given away. Most of them are being sold, from what I understand. In my past experience, like I paid for them. I knew people who were able to get tickets, and I had to pay to get those tickets. It just doesn't seem like the price of the ticket and the number of people would be enough to, I don't know. I'm assuming that the people cooking the barbecue are pocketing all the ticket money. Is that how it works?
Only to pay for protein. I mean, you even the guys that come out of there, dude, they come out with more expenses than they're not keeping any of that money. See, the thing is that they pay money. All that money goes back into the Houston Rodeo Foundation for scholarships, to pay for to help with expenses of the rodeo, like for the students, right? So Houston Rodeo, the only people that are really that are the cash cows there, to be honest with you, are going to be all the guys that are selling you tickets to ride rides, right? Because everything else there is been set up to help the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo program for students. So all that money that they pay and raise to the HLSR, it goes to the scholarship funds. So really the incentive is for the cook-off team is an opportunity to compete at a world championship level, right? You're going to compete against a couple of hundred teams with the chance of, and really, man, your goal is if you get into a position like that, and you win, people are going to want to know what you used on your protein. This is the perfect opportunity for you to have develop your own seasoning, your own sauce, your own rubs. Because at that point, you're like, well, hey, man, I'm world champion brisket. I'm world champion chicken. I'm world champion whatever. This is what I use, right? I use Kirby's rub, barbecue rub. I use Brisket Daddy's rub, and I won the world championship. That's what you want because that's what people want. That's where they're going to make the money. So that's really the biggest incentive are the accolades, as well as any additional product that you make on your own that you want to market into the barbecue world. Now, for sponsors, it's purely a business expense. And the only incentive there is you pay thousands of dollars to get however many ticket allotment, that affords you to get your guest in, and you try to go in there and network and rub elbows and basically to drink and eat. But at the end of the day, it's just a business expense. And just hopefully, I mean, for me, last year, we did get a sale out of it. I wouldn't say that it was enough to cover our cost of sponsorship. But there's a thing that when you spend, you spend the way you want your customers to spend. And when you start to do things that customers see you as you're dedicated to your business, then they grow a lot more confidence in you, right? So when we go out there and we spend some of our resources and our money, people are saying, okay, these guys are serious. They want to be something in this business, in this game. And it takes time to build that. So it's not like it's going to happen with 1 year rodeo event, right? Or one cook-off event. It could take a couple or a few. But that's kind of where that's how all that whole system works. So, I mean, really, any dollar that you put towards the HLSR, man, it's going straight into the scholarships, into all those programs and stuff like that to help the students. So, it's all for a good cause, but you just got to be willing to cough up the money.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I'll come in on a celebrity status to help Pitmaster. I don't need to drop 120 grand on a tent. I don't need my name on the tent.
No, but you can always. There's other ways to do it, right? Like some of these teams, like for example, Lone Star Cowboy Cookers, man, dude, they got They have on just the cook team by itself, if I'm not mistaken, I think last year they said it was something like 30 of them on the cook team. Okay.
Yeah.
For Mad Dog Barbecue, which is Eric Rosales, which is Compadre Cookers out in Rosenberg, he has 1,000 gallon from us. Well, he won Grand Champion Chicken last year, right? And this year we're loaning him our 94-gallon smoker pit so that he can compete on that, so he can cook on that just for the competition turn-in, because he does have another pit that he uses to cook for all the guests, you know. But like his team, Compadre Cookers and Mad Dog teamed up, but they represent as Mad Dog at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo Cook-Off. So you could essentially, if you can find your way into a team to help, you can work your way up to team captain, you know, and then from there, as you go, you grow your name in it. But you got to put in the work, right? Like it for Houston Livestock Rodeo, man. Like it's you got to do Fort Bend County. You're gonna have to do the Wharton Cook-Off. You're gonna have to do Montgomery. What is it? The Montgomery County Rodeo Cook-Off, right? All those big rodeos that start coming up throughout the year, and even the smaller ones that are IBCA sanctioned, you have to hit those, man. So it's like the funny thing is you pay for all those cook-offs. All you did was pay the tax. Now it's really time to pay for the product when you get to Houston Rodeo, because it's going to take you money. I mean, some guys that I know that do competitions, they literally, you know, they keep to their, like they do a small brisket to where they can smoke it, you know, like in 6 hours. They get there super early, 5 a.m., cook a brisket, turn it in at 12, get that, stay to the end of the day, get their points and burn out. That's it. They don't stick around to party. They ain't there for no party, for no drinking, dude. They're all business, man. You know? And dude, they will, I've seen it where they've set up like little walls, partitions to cover up what they're doing. So you don't see them seasoning their briskets, how they're trimming them, or any of that, dude.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's guys out there, dude, that are so serious. So the thing is, not to discourage on you, but I always tell people, bring your A game, because you're gonna need it 100% for that.
I ain't worried.
No, I know you're not. You got good product, man. You know, you ain't got nothing to be scared about. But it's a little cutthroat, man. You can get pretty cutthroat out there. Those guys are real serious about their cooking, man. I mean, sheesh.
I believe it.
Yeah. Well, you know, they're after a world championship, right?
Right.
So they're not, they really aren't there to say, oh, well, I'm here to make money and pay bills, and I don't want somebody stealing my customer. Man, it ain't about that. All they want is that bow-legged trophy, dude. Yep. So
Fantastic. Well, gentlemen, we just crossed 3 hours live, so we're gonna shut this thing down.
I feel it. Let's do it.
A good deal. As always, I appreciate everybody for hopping on, contributing. It was a good conversation. Have fun, and we're gonna do it again next Sunday. Snack Daddy, we got to get you on earlier next Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even know you was gonna be on today.
Every
Should have called me
Sunday,
earlier, man.
PM Central. We back.
Should have called. Oh, the boys are back.
The boys are back. This is two weekends in a row. I told you last weekend we'll be back. We'll be back every Sunday. We're back at it.
Yeah, don't worry. We're gonna crank it up. It's almost time.
It's almost time.
Good deal. Paul, you're always welcome on Sundays, brother. Anytime you want to hop in. Just
appreciate it, man.
Message. The link does change. So
yeah.
If you see me live and you want to pop in, just text me and say, hey, shoot me the link. And I'll shoot
you
the link.
For sure. Well, appreciate it.
You got it. All right, y'all. Have a great night.
All right, man.
My finals. Finals.
Yeah.
Let's see here. What I want to say. If you got the skill, but you ain't got the dollar bill, hit my man PRM Barbecue for life. We die for this. We get you what you need.
That's close enough. I will accept that.
Thank you. Made it.
Hey, but I'll do my closeout. I'll do my closeout, Sean.
Yes,
don't forget, guys, we're at the corner of Rouse Street and Highway 90 in Brooklyn, Texas. If you find yourself needing the smoker pit, let me know. I can help you out. And if you've got the will and the skill, but not the dollar bill, let my banking partner help you. And don't forget, I'm your prime barbecue company. Peace.